Just before I went on this break, Mr. Snowflake posted this video, which he made in collaboration with Amberlynn Reid's ex-girlfriend Emily. In this video, Mr. Snowflake shared conversations between himself and Emily where we heard Emily's side of the story. Now, what you won't know is that Mr. Snowflake was not the only reaction channel that Emily was speaking to at the time, and I've been sent some very interesting screenshots which I have Emily's express permission to show you in this video.
I admitted, I wasn't a good girlfriend to Beck. I admitted when I wasn't a good friend. I admitted when I wasn't a good niece. I admitted when I was all those things. So, if I was bad to Emily, why wouldn't I just admit it? I don't want to talk about this anymore. Like, why don't people understand that? There's nothing to do with me. I don't care what I did while hurting. I don't care.
This is an almost illegible scrawl. It looks to me like a rage-filled mess, and it reads like one too, but we'll come to that in a minute. Look at this handwriting. Here's another photo. That writing is awful. It looks like it was done in a rush. I have not seen any writing like that anywhere on Amber's channel, ever, okay? And this is important and this is interesting. In the live, where Amber shows her diary, which I've already shown a second ago, to prove that what was going on between herself and Beck was true, look at the difference in handwriting. That alone, to me, is pretty much a slam dunk that this journal was prepared after the fact.
Hi everyone, it's me again, and today we are once again visiting the Girl World universe because one of the most damning and long form and complex exposés has kind of dropped, and I just really want to discuss the context and the surrounding content around it, and because when we're talking about in context to why I talk about Amberlynn Reid in the capacity in which I do, it's because of how important it is to pick up on manipulative behaviors, pick up on behaviors of mistreatment in relationships and things along that line. I'm not trying to say big old buzzwords too early in. I want to talk about everything coming out from this one reaction channel. Shout out goes to Rachel Reacts. I referenced her in my last Amberlynn Reid video, and with all of my other Girl World content, if you want to visit that will be in the playlist tagged in the description below as well. Also, my email to suggest content is there as well. Do not email the Colossal Influence email if you're a normal person just wanting to suggest videos and things like that, because there's going to be 2 emails in the description now. Please email mikasfcontent@gmail.com as per usual. Thank you dearly, because I don't manage the other inbox, so I'm not seeing it. Before we get into everything, links towards the way to support the channel, all that kind of stuff, all down below, including Patreon and YouTube members. Thank you so much to my current YouTuber members and patrons. I love you dearly. Names on the screen. And then we're back to not having beautiful, gorgeous, stunning nails. I unfortunately type for a living. It was starting to irk my brain. Again. Lip combo today. We got Morphe Sweet Tea and Buxom something. I just read this. Buxom plumping lip polish in the shade Sophia. They all look mildly brown pink. That's what every lip combo I have is like. It's whatever. Three pats in the video. I'm never gonna drop the joke. And yeah. Part 1 is updates since the last video that I made. Part 2 will be Rachel's video. So we're not okay. Asterisk. Part 3 is Amber's response. We're not going to watch Rachel's video because it's like an hour and a half long and I talk a lot. What we're going to do is Rachel very, very kindly sent me the actual screenshot files, kind of in like a reaction channel format overlay. And then the third part with Amber's response, Amberlynn Reid went live a bunch of times. So it'll just be the highlights of each of the streams. If you want to watch the entire stream in full via reaction channel, by all means, go ahead. I'm just going to try to give you the highlights of the things that are being discussed. Because Amberlynn Reid's gone live for a total of 4 hours in the past day or so, and we just don't have time for that, to be honest with you. So let's get right into it. Part 1, update since the last video. So where we had left off last was at the end of August, after Amberlynn Reid released an absolute slew of live stream crash outs. Going back to the cause of those lives, Amberlynn was dating a woman named Emily from Wisconsin. We've been over this ad nauseum at this point. Emily is, at absolute best, has a pretty intense fat fetish. At worst, perhaps bad intentions. We're so past being able to know anything about anything, it feels like, genuinely. I'll let you guys kind of keep your opinions on whether we got a fat admirer type deal or if we got anything of more dangerous than that. But that's neither here nor there, okay? Next. The day before I filmed my last video on Amberlynn Reid, she had announced that she was going to do a at least month-long break from social media. And because it was Amber, she didn't really actually take a break at all. Amberlynn broke her internet silence by donating to other Girl World channel Foodie Beauty, who announced that she's like divorcing her husband's gonna leave Syria for real this time, as if she didn't just try to scam her audience 2 different times with the same "I'm moving back to Canada" moment. But I digress. Chantel, by the way, who's been e-begging since like early September, late August maybe, being like, I'm leaving Syria, and then a whole bunch of nonsense with that as well. I'm really tapped in on. Chantel's more interesting to me, full stop. I always say this. Nobody could ever, like, you try to explain Chantel lore to somebody, like, from scratch, and then you'll realize, like, who the goat really is. Anyway, during this long break, Aunt Tammy was also providing some lawsuit updates via calling into Oh Lordy, It's Jordy's, Instagram audio or something, and then also providing some updates via the chat of his channel. Apparently, the small claims court was not the right thing, that Tammy was ill-advised, and that she's filing in regular court now, and that Tammy has completely cut contact with Amberlynn, her sister, Amberlynn Reid's mom, and the grandmother, etc., that whole thing. Suddenly, with about 2 days left of the break, as in Amber said she was coming back at the beginning of October, it was like the very last day of September, or like 29th or something like that, there were some YouTube shorts that were starting to get released. Now, I gotta talk about something with this, because there's something funny I'm thinking of. So there's this genre of videos on like TikTok, where people like do like what I eat today, my 9 to 5, all that kind of stuff. And this was sort of like sometimes designed to be like an inspiration for other people. And I just thought it was so funny, because I've also seen a lot of those, and like I work a real job and I work this job too. It was funny because I've watched those videos and like I've learned like stuff from them, like putting sugar-free Jello powder, like pudding powder, into Greek yogurt makes the texture less abysmally inedible. Is that even a word? Who knows? It is now. Amberlynn made videos in this sort of work from home format while making it seem like she had sort of like a 7-hour shift. And as I predicted, Amberlynn Reid kept everything really, really vague so she could have wiggle room that she needs in order to gaslight her audience. Some are saying it's giving feeder fodder realness. I'll put the thumbnails on screen for you. I'm going to put in a little clip, trigger warning, Amberlynn Reid eating an egg. Also, this clip was pretty contentious because you can see a little bug crawling up on her collar and they think she has bed bugs. Also, which is so funny, Amberlynn Reid has inspired me, okay? I'll show you, because this was the keyboard I used to use. So this is what is it? HyperX FPS Allo Pro. Sorry, hold on, I didn't say that right. Alloy FPS Pro 10 keyless. This is with Cherry MX Blue switches. ASMR. And Amberlynn Reid had this cute little clear keyboard that was like pink. And I don't know, I just heard her typing on it. I got a new keyboard. This is my Rainy 75 Pro. That's all. I just wanted to show my keyboards. Video over. Just kidding. Oh my god. But the thing is, this thing, completely unrelated, the Rainy 75 is a weapon. Like, this thing weighs, I have the pro version, if I haven't already said that. This thing weighs a ton. It's, like, actually absurd. Then she comes back for October 1st with 2 live streams. One titled I'm Back, and another one titled What in the World, both which together make about exactly 40 minutes of content. The first stream, I'm Back, which is only 10.5 minutes long because Amberlynn got muted somehow and couldn't figure out how to fix it, comprises of the following pretty uninteresting events, to be fully honest with you. So the stream is members only chat, everyone can watch. She said her break made her life feel so peaceful. No vlogs until December, only random live streams. We get a couple of those random live streams yesterday and today as well. Today being October 11th, 2025. Said she worked from home for a decade but has been employed for a minute now. She means by YouTube, diva. I'm double employed if we're doing that. Anyway, said she it's just like so stupid. We know how, like, lazy, like, I just don't understand this facade of trying to be, like, Amberlynn tries to, like, give Sigma grindset realness and is, like, very obviously the laziest person ever. Because she says, I talked about this, like, when she brought this up, I think. This is, like, in a video from a while ago, like, a year ago, probably, where she talks about, like, how much she edits, and then all she does is she's like, all you guys think I do is just splice random clips together, and then proceeds to take a set of clips, and then narrowly, what she's doing is she's trimming them, and then tying them close together. That is still splicing, diva.
I don't know how to use a filter. Like, you guys literally constantly say, I don't even know how to edit my videos. Which, I do, but it's like, how are you gonna sit there and say, I don't know how to edit my videos, but at the same time, like, thinking I edit them so well that I put a filter? I just feel like defeated at this point. But this is so dumb. I'm gonna show you guys. So this clip I'm about to show you, people think that there's a filter because my shoulders move. So let me play it right now. I blame myself. I'm mad at myself. Why did I leave the door open? I blame myself. I'm mad at myself. Why did I leave the door open? So what that literally was an edit, which I edit a lot. And not only that, but when I talk about rarity, I get so much fucking anxiety. You guys have no idea.
And then I showed, like, what mine looks like, where usually, and what mine looks like in my edits are very, very simple. Like, even when I'm, like, putting in a ton of effort into it, which I tend to do for, like, more of my video essay style videos, it's like, I have, like, usually, like, at least 5 tracks. She's doing it on her phone in, like, CapCut or iMovie or something. Also, beverage for today, another Dr. Pepper Zero with my ice machine ice. Because, yeah, I got it like that. Okay. I got it like that. It was my Christmas present from last year, and it's from Costco. And then it changed my life so much that I got one for my dad. Anyway, next stream. I lied. She continues talking about how she doesn't want to do vlogs because that, like, opens up her life to people. Okay. And then said that she worked from home for a decade, but has been, I already said that. And then she says that she's living for the memes that are saying she types gibberish. And then the stream is muted for like 2 minutes before she starts the next one. But yeah, say goodbye to this diva. I don't know if I'm going to keep the keycaps or not. I feel like I'm over. I had the anime keycaps, anime mousepad, and I'm 25 years old. It's Spy X Family, so it's cute and girly, but I'm still 25 years old. So any keycap suggestions? We're going for green. The whole desk is green, because of course it is. It's me we're talking about. Anywho, I also want to say that my eye makeup is inspired by Amberlynn, the makeup that Amberlynn Reid did in her stream yesterday. I'm struggling. Oh my god. The camera bumped around a bunch because there's a little clip-in piece for my tripod that I lost a really long time ago, but today it's particularly loose. So instead of doing the liner separately, like just a random line on the bottom, I did a glitter line underneath, and then I blended the black into the blue, and then I did the glitter throughout the entire span of my eyes. I was gonna do white waterline liner and then forgot. But anyway, that's the makeup. Now we get to the What in the World stream. Apparently, Amberlynn said that, like, her alarm had gone off on her phone and that, like, broke the stream. Claims that she's lost weight. We'll put some pictures later. Okay, we'll get into that later. Does a typing test where she types. She hits the space bar with her index finger. I know. I think it's just because when I worked as an English teacher, and I did some, like, kind of basic graphic design stuff with the students. I had computer day. There were a couple of kids that were typing like that, and I was like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. She types with only like these fingers. And so what she does is she moves her hands around like she's using the other ones, but she just moves around to get these two to like do everything.
That's because you guys are here. Wait, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna act like I'm alone. I'm alone. Stop. See, I already fucked up. You guys, I cannot do it when you're here.
I've never seen somebody. I cannot even get myself. Let me try. The second I did that, I hit it with my thumb automatically. I can't. Oh my god, what? How do I do that? No. I literally cannot. The muscle memory flicking with my thumb is too intense. Amberlynn talks about how she wants to get the Sony vlogging camera. That's what this is. So if I have matching camera with Amberlynn, and Amberlynn inspired me to get a new aesthetic keyboard like our Wii twin. I'm kidding, because Amberlynn Reid is a disgusting, deplorable, horrible person, and I'm being very facetious right now because I'm trying to get the good vibes out before I'm built out of rage, which will inevitably happen in a short period of time from now. Talks about keyboards, and she got a new pink iMac. Says that not vlogging is a boundary because if Amberlynn Reid changes the word in which that surrounds something to some form of therapy speak or some form of popularized term on TikTok, that means that it is either out of her control, out of her responsibility, or she can just mistreat everybody at her discretion. So that's what that is. Very easily, like, it's the contextual. It can almost be a red herring out of absurdity, but it's also just like decontextualization, right? So shifting the parameters in which you would want to evaluate something or contextualize something by tying it to a different context than the one that it's supposed to exist within. Said that she had opportunities to mingle now that she's single, but she didn't. Her and Emily have not been together since the last crash out. This was in late August, as mentioned. I'm trying to, if you keep seeing my arm go like this, it's because I'm trying to keep my iPad propped up a bit higher so I can look at the camera, like, instead of looking like this. I'm not used to the format. I completely rehauled my desk today, so everything's a mess. I said that she should support Chantel coming back to Canada and wonders if Chantel will be free now. She says that being single means that she's free. Wants to make thank you for the money merch. Says her dad has one leg now. Mama Lynn can't clip her toenails and Amberlynn Reid can, and is thinking about her Vlogmas doing a 500-pound diva toe clipping tutorial for Vlogmas. Sentences clip this. Sentences that have never been said before. Thank you. Amberlynn Reid moves her choker and you see a brown line under it. And then talks more about not vlogging being a boundary. Stream ends. All right. Now we're going to get into reaction channel-y format with the text and everything. And I'm just going to discuss the ones that I think are the most interesting. Again, I will tag Rachel's video. I'm going to tag Hecticana's video. I'm going to tag the ankles video. It's like 4 hours if you really want like a never-ending stream on that. And then I'll tag Jordy's stream where Aunt Tammy calls him. I think that was last night, because that's just interesting to look at as well. And yeah. One, I apologize that there is computer fan noise I noticed in my audio. My mic is so far from my computer and my gain is not high. So I actually have no clue what to do with that, because I even have pop filters on it and everything. Anywho, also, there are 2 other streams I forgot and didn't talk about. One called Girl Boss, I'm already yawning. One called Girl Boss and another one called something else. I have all my tabs are out of order, so which I live for. There's one called Come Hang With Me and one called Girl Boss. Super boring, nothing happens. It's a lot of people like spamming in the chat that like she needs to address the Rachel stuff and doesn't. And she ignores it. She talks about cherry Pepsi Zero. So, yeah. Point of the matter is that I don't care. And we're going to get to the other streams that are way more interesting. You want to watch somebody else recap, and I'm sure Jordy watched them. Anyway, love y'all dearly. Let's continue. All right. So, again, these are numbered. So you'll be able to tell when I've skipped some. So there's 1 to 55 in blue, and then there's 1 to 29 in like a different color. Again, I'll be very transparent when something's switched, anything like that. Okay. So this is the first one. So this is where we're starting. This is the night following Rarity going missing. We need all that kind of context. Again, please watch Rachel's video. I am discussing key highlight moments of Amber's behaviors, and even to a certain degree Emily's behaviors, and how we want to be able to unpack if these things happen to us, what devices are being used, and the way that Amberlynn Reid particularly likes to contort and bastardize, it feels like, language to favor her in different contexts. So this is what this one says. This is what I wrote to you at 2:27 a.m. in the morning, which already, girl, a.m. means the morning. That's a nitpick, I know. Also, girls, everybody's girl to me. Girl, gender neutral. This is gonna be long. So, as mentioned before, get yourself a Diet Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper Zero, and keep it pushing. Or soda of your choice, I guess. Or not soda of your choice. I don't run your life. This is what I wrote to you at 2:27 a.m. in the morning, right before I told you I loved you and you scooted back closer to me. I'm about to go to sleep, but I'm laying here thinking about the night we just had. I was in such a bad mood, and I'm sorry. I truly was in the weirdest headspace, and I was trying to just live in the moment, but I'm sorry if you noticed I wasn't feeling very well. It was emotionally and physically. I've been so stressed with everything going on that I kind of shut down emotionally. I wish I could redo the night. Honestly, but we have another night when you get off work that I hope I can make up for it during. I love you more than I can ever express. You were so sweet and gentle. You were so sweet, gentle, and understanding today, knowing how I've been feeling. You mean the world to me, and I cannot wait to spend more days with you and being close to you. I wish we were skin to skin right now. Koi emoji. See you in the morning, baby. Skin to skin, what you do with a baby. A newborn baby, right when they're straight out the womb. Amberlynn Reid is big baby. Except if babies were 500 pounds, terrorized you, manipulative gaslighter abusers. Yeah, anyway. I was originally going to send it for you to wake up to, but I didn't want the vibration to wake you up. Then an hour and a half later, you woke up thinking we were arguing when I was literally sleeping. I don't understand what just happened at all, and I feel lost, absolutely lost. When you woke me up as if we were arguing, I without a doubt reacted from PTSD from my childhood. Lots to unpack here already. First thing. Interesting that what happened here is that she's saying, like, I wrote you this beautiful, sweet message. This isn't a nice message. It's not. It's her saying, I appreciate when you're nice to me. And yeah, I was really unpleasant and awful. But you're still nice to me, which I like that. Be nice to me. That's what that message is. So, PTSD from her childhood. So she's already finding... So again, in the message, she's like, I'm tired emotionally and physically. Watch me read all these. Emotionally and physically. And then she ends up just putting a second parameter of blame immediately. You don't ever say what you just said to me. When my dad would wake me up screaming. That's unforgivable. You physically laid hands on me. I was trying to calm you down and hold you. In doing so, I tripped over the blanket on the floor. Pretty sure I hurt my ankle. You brought me pain. My dad brought me pain. My childhood brought me pain. And I react to pain. Even though, based on my parameters, I am in pain every second that I exist. Therefore, I'm able to be abusive every second that I exist at my own convenience. That's unforgivable. I read that already. By pushing me and squeezing my arm and body slamming me when I was trying to leave. I wondered how you ended up on the floor, but that explains it. My fat fucking bullshit of a body knocked you over. You're in your body, right? And obviously, aside from a couple of possible conditions, you are in control of your body. It doesn't even make sense. The level of separation that Amberlynn Reid will try to have, right? So she's trying to make cause and result separation of like her body and mind and emotional regulation and her actions towards someone else, which is so crazy. I don't like using the word crazy. I don't mean like she's crazy. There's a certain point where you run out of words. You know? That I can't figure out you literally pushed me. That's how I ended up on the floor. I didn't body slam you. I didn't mean to squeeze your arm. What the hell is happening? You imagined a whole argument while you were sleeping, Emily. That scared the fuck out of me. Now you're thinking I put you on the floor? I would never do something like that on purpose, ever. Again, my body, I'm just laughing because I'm like, what? My body reacted separately as a PTSD trigger reaction to you having a stress dream. And you caused me pain. I hurt my ankle too. The ankle channel, which I've never watched a video from them personally, but that's no shade. That's just like, there's 100 of y'all, respectfully. That's so... I feel like the ankle got a kick out of that, though, is all I'm saying. You literally did that after you told me I deserve to be abused. I'm sorry, Amberlynn, but being with you is not worth this bullshit. You just ruined any chance of this ever working. Okay. You wouldn't push me, and that's out of the question, but you grabbed me. Right. But yet, I've full-fledged had to deal with your rampages where you say the most awful shit anyone has ever said to me, and I've had to forgive you and move on over and over and over. So, again, because I don't have maybe the self-respect, the willingness, the bravery, I'm not sure, gusto, perhaps, to leave. Therefore, and I perceive that you've acted poorly towards me, I can do whatever I want to you. That's what that means. This is why I don't open up to anyone, and I was stupid to trust you. You have said the same stuff to me about Jade. That's the ex that's like she replaced Beck with while still living in Kentucky. About everyone in my life, telling me that I must have made Jade abuse me. You said that, but I forgave you, like I always do. You said something negative to me. I blew it over, whatever. Therefore, I can say whatever I want to you. I'm just translating these for y'all. I am. Because that's what it is. It's... It's funny because, like, when you learn, like, basic philosophy, right? Like, it's philosophy rationality tends to be the course name, or critical thinking is sometimes what it's called, things like that, right? It's like if A and C are the same thing, if A equals C and B equals C, that means A equals B type deal. I feel like I jumbled that in my mind. Doesn't matter. You learn, like, the basic parameters of, like, picking apart an argument or a sentence or something like that, right? So, I am frustrated with, is there a little pen? I feel like there's markup, but I think I would have to do it separately. Anyway, here you're showing someone bringing up a gripe. I'm going to point out that I deem you hypocritical. I am the better character as a result of this event happening. I asked what the circumstances that led up to her hitting you. Yeah, you've asked that during an argument, but you told me I pushed her to do it. And I had to sit there and hear you say that about me. I cried and cried, but I am going to end up reading all these, I think. Because I'm realizing it's not going to make sense without it. Oh, God. I'm doing them faster than Rachel. I'm not unpacking it like Rachel. I'm sorry. I'm scared. I'm scared for myself. I'm scared. So... yeah, you've asked me that during an argument. You told me that I pushed her to do it, and I had to sit there and hear what you say that about me. I cried and cried, but I still accepted your apology. What I said tonight wasn't okay. It was awful. I wasn't in my right mind. So again, here's the wall that she's setting up to defend herself is my body and my mind are separate entities. I have no control over my emotions due to traumas that I have. I have perceived that I've acted nicely towards you, therefore I can do what I want, and I'm frustrated that you do not act accordingly as a result of the parameters that I have set for the dynamic that we have, regardless of if you accept those parameters or not. Waking up like that felt like my childhood. I was scared. I tried to explain to you that we weren't arguing, and I wanted you to read the sweet thing. Again, it wasn't sweet. It was literally her begging for that's what's so like anyway, whatever. I wanted you to read the sweet thing I wrote to you so you can understand how much I loved you, but you were so rude to me, I flipped out. You don't have to accept my apology, but I am sorry. You were shining a bright light in my face. It was a no part of my phone. I told you to stop. That's not being rude. And it was the lowest light setting too. And because we were in pitch black, it seemed brighter than what it was. I just wanted to fix it. I thought you had a nightmare, so I wanted to prove we weren't fighting, and I failed yet again. I always fail. Everything always. So, new cause, right, is everything ends up like this. As if it's random, right? And it's funny because I've had to tackle with this a lot in my own personal life, this idea of like what's in my control and what's not. Because if you know me, like in real life, my lore is nuts. My lore is nuts. I moved into, so you do cégep in Quebec, it's like college. I moved 5 times in the 2 years, I think, something like that. And a lot of it was unfortunately not in my control. And like the trauma that resulted in that. But what was in my control was the way that I dealt with it and the way that I carried it into my conversations and interactions with other people, right? And what Amberlynn says is, I don't have control because of these events. It's like, no, the only thing you have control of is how you carry them into your future, how you carry them into your dynamics, and how you carry them into how you treat other people. So you attack me mentally and physically. I hate myself. No. So she was literally trying to add another layer of guilt in there. You did, though. I'm explaining to you that I was trying to hold you and calm you down before you got into the truck and did something stupid. It's really giving, like an abusive man being like, you walked into my fist type shit. Like, it's really, and Amber's behavior has been really consistent. Even how I talked about this in the live streams, right? Separating her, it's as if she's saying that like her trauma and her anger is so bad that it's almost as if she's on like an illicit substance or something, that it almost splits a personality and makes a different person. But it's like, if you're remembering it, you're applying it, you're recontextualizing it, you clearly have control over those events. The life insurance thing scares me. Don't know what that is. Whatever. I don't want you to do anything bad. I don't want you to hurt yourself. I was half asleep and not thinking clearly. So it's funny because it's like, she's saying, I was in control of the dynamic. I was trying to help you. I was trying to calm you down. But also, I had no idea what was going on and had no control or anything. And that's why I freaked out. As if she's describing, it's interesting because it's like she's describing 2 parallel instances that are supposed to be the same one. I don't think you understand how scared I was when you woke me up like that. Instant PTSD fight mode. Flight wasn't even an option. How could you? I asked you the same question in my head multiple times. Again, this is just, what is this? There's a word for it. Well, it's just essentially like an ad hominem more or less, but it's just attacking the person, right? It's just, ad hominem is too complicated for this actually. Like, it's just, I have no answer for it, so no you. Like, it's quite literally, she quite literally hit him with the, I shouldn't say hit maybe in this context, sorry. She replied with a no you. I asked you this, during your rages you've hurt me bad. PTSD or not, you don't lay your hands on anyone. And I always forgave you. The way you're saying I laid my hands on you is scaring me. I didn't hit you. I didn't intentionally push you. I didn't intentionally scratch you. I never would. I scratched you in accident when we were literally just cuddling. My rage is when I try to leave and you don't let me because I have PTSD. Okay, Amberlynn. This is also proven, by the way. There was an instance where Emily had an ex that held them at gunpoint in her garage. And that's the instance she's talking about here. Whatever makes you feel better or justify your aggressive behavior. You know I never hurt you, Emily. Okay, I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry for what happened. I'll leave. So it's funny because she's both admitting to and being like, it didn't happen. And what's interesting is that this, I talked about this when I was talking about Amberlynn, the aesthetics typing videos, vague, because she's leaving a gap to be able to push, to insert doubt, and then pick the avenue in which best favors her as a way out in that conversation. Try to find that crack and utilize it by setting up multiple different realities, right? we're talking about the 9 to 5 videos, is that YouTube is technically work from home. You would use a keyboard to make a YouTube video, and there's that doubt there. But then also having a specific time that aligns with a shift time to be able to fit that sort of vibe that she was going for with the videos, right? A much lesser example, but it's setting up those two parallel realities to be able to leverage which one she wants in a given instant. You fucking grabbed your arms and dug your nails into my arm and then body slammed me to the floor. What in all caps? Why can't I go? There we go. Emily, that did not happen. I have never done that a day in my life. You are way fucking stronger than me, and you know that. I'm weak as fuck, and we always joke about that. Now all of a sudden I body slam people. There is a girly pop on Twitter named Dell, okay? And Dell keeps reminding me of this clip in my last Amberlynn Reid video because she thinks it's so iconic. And what it is it's me going on a rant about Amberlynn Reid being an appliance. Okay? And the tea is that she's right. That was a little bit of an iconic moment for me.
Krista moods fucking yeah.
Me speaking bad French as always, period.
She does in the most putrid voice.
Girl.
After her 500-pound person barrels towards this person who's like, I would say probably like 230 pounds, if I was to like guess. So essentially double her weight. 500 pounds, girl, that's an appliance. You're throwing an oven at somebody. Okay, actually, how much does an oven weigh in pounds? According to Google, 500 pounds has a rotisserie chicken oven or a commercial ice machine. Okay, regardless, you're throwing an appliance at somebody. Weird tangent, I know. Anyway, when Emily hits the ground, Amber mocks her and goes, ooh, I fell. Like, makes like that voice. And we're supposed to believe you didn't, diva. What the, bro? Like,
yeah.
Then
And I ate. Well, you know what? No, I'm not making that joke. So how'd I end up on the floor? I just told you. I was trying to hold on to you, and I tripped on the blanket on the floor. It was a carpet before, so we're already mixing up details again. Even though she's presenting herself as the authority on the situation. I almost went down to, okay, here's it. Okay, I actually forgot what I was getting at. The strength thing. It doesn't matter. Also, like, it doesn't matter if, I think Amberlynn's also mixing up, like, mobility to, like, strength. Because the thing is, obviously, too, right? Like, and I'm not a doctor, per se, but let's say I'm lifting this, right? Like, this keyboard is a big prop today. She's everywhere. But obviously, right, I'm lifting like this, okay? The weight of, like, my arms themselves is not that much, right? Amber has, if they're bingo wings for, like, old people, she got the whole casino, respectfully. It's like when she lifts her arm like this, when she lifts her arm like this, right? This part goes, like, to here, right? So when she's, and this is relevant, I promise. So when she's lifting things, right, there's more mass to get through to, right? So that's what results in poor mobility in morbidly obese people, things like that. So it's like, just because Emily could, like, carry more groceries, it's not because she's inherently necessarily so much stronger than you. It's because her muscles aren't having to also accommodate for 400 pounds of excess adipose tissue. Is that the word? Adipose? Adipose, I think. I think I pronounced that wrong. Whatever. You know what? It'd be like that. I know 1.5 languages. Anyway, the moral of my story is that you can be big jacked, okay? I work out quite often. I hit leg press with 5 45-pound plates on each side. I do there's like a little rowy thing where my chest is on it and whatever, and I got 45 on each arm pulling that thing, right? Which, like, these weights for women tend to be high, right? I'm also like 5'4". I say this as 5 pounds on each side on the leg press is like 450 pounds plates, and then the rack's like 50 pounds. So it's about 500 pounds. In perfect form, perfectly lined up, perfectly divided, I can push 500. And I do 3 sets for that, 10. It takes me forever, if you're wondering. Okay, I'm not doing that in like 5 minutes, okay? That's for somebody who works out really regularly, right? And even the weird guys in my comments could be like, that's not true. If I ever wanted to, I could pull up the gym account that like pulls up how many times I've gone, but that's neither here nor there. In absolute perfect circumstance, I still can't push Amberlynn. I could probably like 1 rep max, something like 570. So adding like, I guess 2 more plates on. She never compensates, like somebody being able to like pick up and swing Amberlynn, let's say, that would be strongman competition level. Like, I don't think she understands how big she is. Because let me do like, Amberlynn Reid likely weighs, and again, y'all can argue with your goddamn mom, weighs like 3 of me. Like, lifting, like, deadlift, let's say, or something like that. I don't deadlift because I'm scared of the... Nobody showed me how. So, anyway, that's neither here nor there again. I would not be able to deadlift 500 pounds. Ever, probably. And that's probably beyond the ability of, like, my skeleton. So, this argument just doesn't even... She's mixing up, like, mobility and not being, again, like 400 pounds overweight to almost try to, like, victimize herself, which is interesting. When you're on the floor, I tried helping you up, but you wouldn't get up, so I started rubbing your back and telling you to be okay. You told me not to touch you, so I stopped touching you. Because you knew you fucked up big time, which is so true. Amberlynn reflexively, like, even in that initial message here, where she said, you know, you were sweet, gentle, hold on. I truly was in the weirdest headspace. I was trying to live in the moment. I'm sorry if you noticed I wasn't feeling well, whatever. She was already trying to set up that she was, like, trying to get forgiveness. Like, she was already trying to set it up. My goal was to hold you and calm you down. It scares me that you actually think I'd do that to you. So now it is, Emily, you're not even in the right mind. Emily, you're actually the problem and you're hurting me emotionally by getting mad at me. Because you did do that, Amberlynn. With everything you've been through with Megan, I can understand why. No, I didn't, Emily. I'm literally telling you that's not what happened. I'm telling you what happened. And you won't listen to me. I even said, fuck my ankle. But I deserved it, right? Megan trying to kill me, I deserved that. No, you didn't. My God, Emily. You literally fucking said that. No, I didn't. I said you pushed Megan, didn't you? I should have never said that. In my brain, I remember that's what you said about Jade. Since I was angry, I wanted to say it back to you. And I shouldn't have. I regret it. I take full accountability. But you don't want me to call my mom. Do you want me to call my mom? Because I'll call right now. What's interesting is accountability paired with literal gaslighting. Blows my mind. This girl blows my mind every single time. She said she's awake unless you want to talk about this in person calmly. So it's 4:26 in the morning. Yep, you can tell her I'm kicking you out because you took a chunk out of my chunk of skin out of my arm. I don't want you to yell at me and vice versa. Oh my God, Emily, what the fuck? Exactly, what the actual fuck? I'm calling her now, no answer. I personally don't want to leave, and I know you said you would get scared of losing me because I help you and you love me. Yes, I do love you, but I also don't deserve what just happened. You don't. I was scared, truly horrified. I'm really sorry. I don't know what to do. What's interesting is you're apologizing for something. You're saying you don't deserve something that's happened, but then you're saying, no, I didn't, Emily. I'm telling you what happened, and you won't listen to me. That's not able to be apologized for, because then you're contradicting the fact that an event ever even happened. You don't. I was scared, truly horrified. I'm really sorry. I don't know what to do. That's something you have to figure out. You're on your own. Okay, you fucked up. Okay. I wish you loved me like you said you did. I'm really disappointed. That's why I don't trust. This is why I don't trust people. I do. Emoji. I truly do. More than you'll ever know. And that's why I'm going to leave. My mom isn't answering because I wish you loved me like you said you did too. Again, the amount of times where it's like she brings up a gripe that she has and she goes, yeah, but you. Deflection. You cannot be accountable in the same context in which you're deflecting. And I'm disappointed too. Don't ever fucking say that bullshit, Amberlynn. You can't hurt people. The way you've treated me and the awful things you've said to me has literally made me feel worthless, but you told me you changed and work on it. But immediately the day after this, we had this conversation, you wake up out of your sleep and start yelling at me because you think we're arguing. That's the worst part too, right? Is that she's weaponizing like an actual unintentional event as intention. And then brings that forth as like equally as able to be responsible for as her intentional like body slamming, essentially. The way you've treated me and the awful things you said to me has literally made me feel worthless, but you told me you changed and work on it. But immediately the day after this conversation, you wake up out of your sleep, you start yelling at me because you think we're arguing. That's scary to me. And you wouldn't listen to a thing I said when I was trying to explain to you that I've been sleeping. It's not fair to me. How I reacted sucked. I shouldn't have reacted with yelling. I shouldn't have said that one thing about Megan. I am fully aware. I suck during times when I'm scared and I have PTSD moments or BPD shit. I hate myself. Trust me. I wish I was better for you, so then maybe you wouldn't have moments where you lash out at me. Again, it's like all these things I can't control make you awful to me. And everything you're doing is intentional and has an ulterior motive and has some sort of drive, but nothing I do does. Maybe this is all my fault. Maybe I deserve this pain. So guilt tripping at the end. And I'm not going to comment on that, the deserving part, because you didn't lash out. You just told me you agree with the fucking haters that I caused what Megan did to me when you literally told me the opposite hours earlier. So I tried to leave and you physically put your hands on me. I finally find someone I love fully and wholeheartedly, and this happens. More guilt tripping. After everything you already know about my PTSD and how it still affects you to this day, you used it against me. Maybe I'm meant to be alone forever. We both have done some shitty shit. You don't love me. You love yourself. Period. Clocked. Like, that's really what this is. Again, there's so much self and ego preservation in these dynamics. It's genuinely clocked. Again, absolutely mind-boggling to me. The extent in which she can move around to do that self-preservation. Like the low blows you said to me. No, I love you. I hate myself. See, this is what hurts worse than you saying the shit initially. You can't just admit you fucked up. You have to say, I've done hurtful things to you when you come at me like you do, and how do you expect me not to react? I am admitting I fucked up. Take some accountability. Go back and read everything I said. I even said, I take accountability. Girl, okay, let's make it real. I have $1 million. My student loans are paid off. What else? Like, what else do I want? I'm 6'8" like I want it to be. Yeah, I want it to be 6'8". There was this like, is it Nene Leakes or something? There was like this like housewife that was like really, really tall, and I was obsessed with her just because she was tall. I wanted to be tall like that. I think I had to be nerfed to being 5'4", but anyway. So yeah, I'm 6'8". I have $1 million. My student loans are paid off. Also, like, world peace and stuff, obviously. That didn't happen. Isn't that crazy? Just because I said it. Read it back. Let's do it back. Why hasn't it happened yet? I'm just saying. And why I'm doing this because it's like, bring up the absurdity, right? And reflect on the absurdity. I apologize multiple times because she always thinks if I say something like the sentence, that means it happened. Which is delusional. I said I shouldn't have done that, etc., etc. I'm fully aware. Right. So I do it and it's still not good enough. You just asked me for it and I told you I've done it already without you having to ask. I would never physically hurt anyone, no matter what the situation. I didn't mean to physically hurt you, Emily. I would never do that to you. You did. You know that deep down. And I'm sorry that's how everything happened, but I didn't do those things on purpose. I wouldn't. I wish it were me that fell on the floor. You had to stop yourself when you picked up that water bottle to throw at me too. Which she has literally said, I could throw stuff if I want. Cue Destiny and the, was it the Mountain Dew Code Red incident. This conversation is going nowhere. I've explained myself multiple times. I've apologized like I always do, which is deserved, and my mom won't answer. I'm lost and broken and hurt and confused and remorseful and scared and alone. And the thing is, somebody brought this up, like the consistent texting, and there's a screenshot somewhere, maybe we find it in here, I don't know, where she calls Emily like 50 times. Genuinely 50 times. Again, genuinely, lol. And what's interesting with this, and something that haven't seen people bring up, is obviously, like, when you text somebody, right, the phone vibrates. Breaking it, and mind you, I'm bad for this because I text like this. Not this broken, but like, yeah, I tend to text in like little single bubbles and then a bunch of, in each one's a sentence. But the thing is that you should not be doing that for pushing the phone to make sound. Because I genuinely think that it's like what she's trying to do is like push more notifications so that it's like the urgency is reflected in the messages that she's doing. You did to yourself. You said you can't survive without me. You said you needed me. This again, that there's a level of, which I always say, it's like I feel like Amberlynn doesn't live in like the actual world, and that's it's this narrative incentivized like story time format, which is so interesting because I've actually feel like I've done this too. I remember I used to write in these journals. Oh my god, I really am. Oh my god, I'm about to say I really am Amber. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I would never be this evil. But like, I used to write everything so separate to myself, as if I was telling stories about myself, but from like a distance. And I would say like it was in the first person, but it was written like it was the third person. And I say this because I found out from therapy that is actually also a damaging behavior, because what it's causing is for me to create narratives of my own life to be able to separate myself from having lived them, and then in turn not being able to take or feel responsibility for the things that I have taken part in. So that's just like an interesting little tidbit moment that I wanted to... You said you don't want me to leave or break your heart. You said you want to die. What am I supposed to do? I don't want anything to happen to you. Promise me you won't hurt yourself. And for the record, so he's missing, I'm really hurt by what you said and did. Are you okay? Later in the day. I'm sorry, and no, I'm not. She was probably sleeping. Okay. Do you want me to leave? My mom called me this morning. I didn't answer. I didn't know what to say or do. I'm going to skip the next two because there's like an address in it. It's just in reference to Papa John's coming to the house. But I'm going to skip that one. I just don't even want the possibility of me messing up the crop or something. So it just has like an address, so I'm not doing that. So it's probably being... Actually, I'm going to skip. It's just talking about the possibility of a pizza getting ordered to the house. But besides saying something about Colleen, that was the worst thing you could have ever said to me. That it would be like me saying you deserve to have had a fucked up childhood, then getting aggressive with you when you got upset about it. During one of your first rages towards me, you literally said, and I quote, "No wonder why your parents don't talk to you." You've also said things about my size, which is my biggest insecurity. You've said things that have literally broken me into a million pieces and have left me hating myself. That does not excuse what I said to you, but it shows we're both say things that we don't mean. And even though your words tore through my soul, I forgave you. I've apologized and taken accountability for what I said about Megan. I even begged you for an hour to accept my apology and speak to me. There's nothing more I can do. I'm left weak and hopeless. I've accepted defeat. I'll leave because I'm no longer wanted here, and it's clearly not something you want to forgive me for or fix. After everything that's been happening lately, my body is shutting down. I'm not myself anymore. I feel sick every day, and I feel scared. I want us to stay together and be there for one another, but when you woke up and yelled at me and was rude to me for no reason, it immediately triggered me and traumatized me. I acknowledge that I shouldn't have said what I said, but the only way you and I can ever work it out, there's a cutoff, so she messed up the cutoff. And I shouldn't have said what I said, but the only way I could ever work is if you want to admit that we are both at fault. I can wear a sign on my head admitting my faults during this. My ego means nothing to me. My guilt and fear and defeat is overpowering almost any other emotion I have right now. I'm lost no matter what I say. You aren't hearing me, but I still continue to try because there's love there. That's why I'm here. I apologize for the things I said out of anger when my hormones were messed up, but you continue to treat me like crap and I cannot do it anymore. Which, again, that's also a bad excuse. Also, my hormones are messed up too, Diva, okay? And doesn't mean we can't be responsible for being a little bit evil sometimes. Okay? Also, completely aside, spironolactone heartburn. What the hell? If we have any dolls in the comments or any fellow PCOS divas, people with uterus that are trying to deal with that, people who have, you know, skin issues and are taking it, whatever, anybody of the sort. If you have like heartburn tips on like specifically with spironolactone, like please let me know. Anyway, completely random. It's just like, man, I've never felt anything like that in my life. I don't continue to treat you like crap. You woke me up in the dead of night to yell at me for something I didn't even do. I was sleeping. I tried to explain to you that I was sleeping and that you probably had a nightmare. Instead of believing me, you called me a liar and was flat out angry with me. Of course I'm going to react to that. You scared me, downright terrified me, really. Instead of acknowledging that I didn't just randomly treat you like crap, I was literally reacting to how you were treating me, and it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it okay, but you were an ingredient to the situation, but you're making it out as if I'm the only one at fault. Like I said, no matter what I say, you aren't hearing me. You're believing that everything that happened to me is strictly my fault. The thing is that you never have anything happen to you that is your fault. That's the problem. But if you can't do this anymore, tell me. Tell me to call my mom. Tell me to do it now. I'm stuck and I don't know what the right thing to do is. I know you love me. I know you say that you only threaten to break up with me because you're actually scared of losing me. So I don't know what to do. You literally just told me all these sweet things a couple days ago about how I help you and that you need me, that you don't want to lose me because you don't know what you do without me. You said even when you're shut down like this, that it pains you to think of your life without me. So tell me if this is truly it. Are we truly done? You were upset that I didn't cuddle you like I said I was going to when I did. Oh, calling my mom alters everything and makes it real. Sorry, missed that one. We didn't cuddle. You cuddled my leg for maybe 2 minutes and that was it. I think she's like, we didn't? And then here's me doing it. Like, just in general, right? It's just like a skewed framing of reality all the time. It's like, which is like a very important note to pick up on throughout these messages. I was really looking forward to it after feeling sick all day. If you're breaking up with me and upset with me because I heard all day how badly you wanted to be skin to skin with me again. Ew, degul. Degul. And cuddle me. And then the last 2 minutes, then fine. I'm disappointed. I'll admit that. You wanted nothing to do with me and I was tired. But I didn't argue with you. I calmly told you how I felt and then moved on. And you fell asleep. I understand you were tired. But while awake, I was craving your skin and touch and warmth. When teasing it all day, I was anticipating it and it made me crave it even more. I was cuddling you, but you... you wouldn't stop watching the Jordy video talking shit about me. Times like this, I'm like, y'all are both stupid. Because, like, be serious. I turned my phone off completely. You're mad I took time after work instead of coming straight home. I'm not going to argue with anymore. Sorry. Do I call my mom right now? You said you did. I didn't call right now. I contacted her when everything was going down. She finally called me back this morning, but I didn't answer. Do you want me to go back to Oklahoma, Emily? It's simple. If you say no, I'll stay. We'll work through this. If you say yes, I'll call my mom right now and tell her I need to leave and I need her help. I can't get to... Which is so crazy, right? It's like dangling, like, I'll call my mom. I need to call my mom. You are 33 years old. You know what? I gotta call my mom. It's like I gotta call my mom to, like, gossip. You know? I'm calling my mom to, like, be queen out, you know? I call my mom to be like, what kind of cheesecake do you want me to bring for Thanksgiving? You know what I mean? It's just so... she just wants to be and needs to be infantilized in every capacity. But then insists on being this, like, grind set, mature person. I can't continue to have you mad at me for every little thing I do. So now we're at 6 p.m. I'm getting through these kind of fast, thank God. Kind of fast, it's been 48 minutes. I can't continue to have you mad at me for everything I do. I'm not. You are, including me coming home slightly later than I normally do last night. I thought you got off work at 6:30. I'm sorry. But again, she's saying this is the issue. And she's like, excuse? Sorry. It's not like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have gotten mad, or I should respect your space, or anything like that, you know? So now we're at, like, desperation. The T is desperation. So, I'm sorry for everything. I'm sorry. We both have made mistakes. Apologize. Again, so she's this girl, I see. She's literally, I guess I say physically enabled, but this is like, well, I mean, you type with your hands, I guess. Ugh, the other things happen with the hands, apparently. So, anyway. She cannot be the only bad one. I'm sorry for everything. We both made mistakes. Literally, like, immediately after each other. Insane. If you want to be with me, all the ignored ones, which I'm actually living for, because sometimes a diva has a job. Oh my god. It's like, shout out to my bestie, you know who you are, you're watching this. She's like texting me like, what kind of energy drinks do I buy? She's like sent me a bunch of texts, like 3. And then I had to like hit her with like, I was in a meeting. I was like, I'm sorry girl, I'm employed. This is what it feels like. Girl, promise I'm not actually mad about it. I just thought it was funny. I'm like, this is giving me the same vibe where it's like, I'm sorry. If you want to be with me and have me stay, I will. But if you want me to leave and go back to Oklahoma, I need you to say it. Sorry, saw this background, thought it was adorable, I had to change it. Remember the last time we had... You just see the increased desperation. Remembering the last time we had sex and the way you held me in the middle of it for a minute, making my heart hurt so much. I felt so loved. I felt so connected to you. I didn't want to lose you. I love you tremendously, Emily. What do? I feel so defeated. I don't know, Amber. Do you want me to leave or can it be fixed? I love you a lot. Do you love me? I'm just so sorry. I don't even know what to say. I do love you, but neither of us are happy. I thought you were happy with me, though. Okay? Sure. She literally just said, though, that she's not. So now why are we already trying to convince her otherwise? Why are we already swinging the other way? I thought you were happy with me, though. You said I help you, and you don't know what you do without me. I can't beg for you to want to be with me. It makes me feel so pathetic, but I love you enough to work on this. We can't change overnight. Neither of us can. But if you truly aren't happy with me, I'll leave. I look so stupid fighting for a relationship right now. At least I'll leave with you knowing that I tried to fight for you. I wasn't ever ready to give up, but I'll never force someone to be with me. You're not happy either, though. You're always mad at me for something. Emily, don't put words in my mouth. I have moments where I'm not happy. Yes, 100%. I hate arguing with you, but I'm happy. So don't say you're not happy either, because I didn't realize you were unhappy with me because just a couple days ago you said something completely different. Even last night in your truck when we were talking, you were saying how you love me and all this positive stuff about our relationship. It confuses me. I do, but those moments that we have of you not being mad at me over nothing are getting less and less. That's not how it feels on my end. So it's like, it's invalid because it's not my perception. It's not my feeling. Which is so bizarre. If I don't make you happy, I need to go. I just need you to tell me that because I can't make the first step into doing so. I hold on to hope. I love you. I think it says I love you so wholly. I feel like that's what it says. This whole thing hurts bad. I just want us to be touching right now. A hug that we both feel strongly. What's the race car emoji? You've told me that I emotionally neglect you. If that's true, why do you want to be with me? Because I talked to you about it and you said that you were going through something. You told me that it'll pass and things will get better. I believe you. I want to be with you. Now the question is, do you want to be with me? I miss you so much. I can't give more than I already am. I'm drained. I cried at work talking to somebody about it last night. You told her? I haven't told a soul. Told him. She literally talked about how she was telling her mom, so that's already a lie. Which, I mean, and the sky's blue, I fear. Not details, just what we had fought and I was up all night because of it. I'm sorry. I can't give more than I already am either. Do you want to be with me? I can't handle the BPD episodes. It triggers me to the point of me shutting down for days. It's not fair to me. Blah, 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 because I'm triggered by you screaming at me for something like not asking nice enough to go outside and smoke for a long time. It's so interesting because Amberlynn offloads everything to BPD all the time, right? Now she's actually getting held accountable for that offloading. And she's not happy with it. I'm getting help for the BPD episodes. I'm waiting for them to email me back. It's the weekend, so they aren't working. I know it's hard and exhausting, and I'm so very sorry for that. But and also emailing somebody is not the same as getting help. You haven't actually met with anybody yet. I know it's hard and exhausting, but I'm so very sorry for that. But we love each other, and you said you didn't think you'd be able to find this kind of love, and yet here I am. That's my comment. I don't want to lose you because of an illness I have due to childhood PTSD and trauma. It is so beyond unfair. I love you so much. You aren't answering me flat out when I ask you want me to leave. You won't say yes or no. Please just tell me. Can we work this out or do I need to leave? I've been distracting myself all day. It's been very hard. Another distraction I'd like to do is scratchers. But I have no way of getting there. Can you take me tonight? I need a change of scenery and put my mind to something else that's enjoyable. Hours and hours and hours and hours of texting of Emily saying, like, I kind of can't stand to be around you. And she's like, you want to do me a favor, actually? And obviously, I want to do scratches with you. I miss you. I just feel so sorry. Fuck, I feel dumb. I'm going to go to bed when I get home. I haven't slept. I'm watching Mr. Snowflake's new video, and Casey described how you grabbed their arm with your nails, and that was literally the exact same thing you did to me. I did that to Casey because she choked me, misgendered him, which I love that. How can you sit there and compare what I told you last night about him? I was 19 when it happened, 16 years ago, and the fact that you're watching that makes me fucking hurt. I can't believe you. To sit there and believe him after I opened up to you about what he did to me and what he still puts me through. I'm sitting here crying, feel remorseful, thinking about all of our good memories and thinking of ways to improve our relationship, while you are somewhere in your truck watching my abuser tell lies about me. I literally cannot believe this is real life. Don't worry, I'm done asking you to be with me. What did Rachel say? This is the camel that broke the straw's back. I'm literally so hurt. Which, you would only know that watching Jordy. Period. I'm contacting my mom and packing my bags. I'm such a fool to trust you and to think you actually love me. I feel so dumb. I can't believe I trusted you and opened up to you last night about him. I shouldn't have never said anything. Nice try to reverse Uno, Amberlynn. And that's clocked. That tea was clocked at the Boots Factory. Sorry. Oh no, this isn't me reversing anything. It is. You're sitting in your truck watching a reaction channel that's ruined both of our lives. You're watching my ex lie and lie and lie about me. You're watching him deny every fucking thing he did for me as I sit here and beg for your forgiveness. I'm done. I thought I could fix this, but I can't. You literally grabbed me and dug your nails into me last night. No, I didn't. Are you kidding me? You told me I scratched you and now I grabbed you with my nails? Synonymous, Diva. Synonymous. What nails, Emily? I'm done. Thank you for clarifying why I need to leave. I'm calling my mom. This time I'm serious. Are you kidding me? You told me I scratched you and now I grabbed you with my nails. What nails, Emily? I'm done. Okay. I'm so hurt by you to believe him, to be sitting there and watching that while I'm trying to fix this. I literally am sickened. Am I supposed to believe Megan and Rachel? Am I? Like, what the fuck? I never believed them. Just a scratch, huh? How could you feel if I said I believe Rachel because you make me feel insane? Like moments like this. How would you feel if I said I believed you made Megan eat more? Or that you also abused her? I would never fucking say that. But she just did. That's what, like, you bringing that up still has that same effect. That it's these are the things that I'm thinking. But I'm not going to take responsibility for them because I don't want you to have anything to weaponize towards me. But I do want you to know that I feel this way. I would never believe someone over you, and I would never compare abuse stories like what the actual fuck. You are not the person I fell in love with. Have fun watching me, Snowflake, the man and it's cut off. You know they both have a motive. The motive is to make me look like a monster, and you're believing it. Awesome. Should I have believed everything said about you? That's not love. Sends back a screenshot. Yep, ignore what I'm saying. This is a screenshot of what she said. You could have come home. We could have fixed this. Instead, you chose war. Why, Emily? So now she's going, and I'm no longer responsible for what I'm going to say. She's setting that up again. Even though you can't just do that because you want to. Doesn't even make sense. I said it multiple times that you grabbed me and dug my nails in. Now it's just a scratch. Beat around the bush all you want. You know you physically assaulted me. The fact that you can't even own up to it is just great. Go ahead and call your mom. I was trying to fix this. I can't be the only one to do it. You literally kicked me, and you won't admit it. You're crazy. You straight up kicked me. This is like completely like, where was this before? Like, not that I'm saying it's like impossible. I sort of am because like Amber kind of evil, but like this is so left field. Like, where was this the whole other time? It's just so strange. You literally kicked me and won't admit it. You're crazy. You straight up kicked. This is just gas. Like, this is like, I remember Hecticana said, like, it is so comically gaslighting that like a textbook wouldn't put this because it's too easy. I'm done, Emily. I'm calling and packing, and this is the end of my album. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna start from here. Even though it says 24, I'm just gonna do this because I'm confused. But it's the most important that we just get the conversation, right? So I'm leaving. Wait, I read that wrong. I also have moments where I snap on you. I haven't been able to find Rarity. This is when Rarity gets lost. I've been able to find Rarity all day. I need help finding her, please. I've been calling her name and looking everywhere all day. I'm afraid to come home, TBH. I ain't go to the back porch. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to cause you any stress. You can come home and go into the bedroom. I'll stay in the living room till you wake up for work. I'll even order you something to eat if you're hungry. I'm mentally exhausted. I know you are too. I don't want war. I just want peace. It'll be okay. I don't want to sleep by you all week. So what am I supposed to do? I'll sleep on the couch or the extra bed. You can have your bed. I don't want this to hurt you more than it already does. I'm not here to cause you distress. I love you tremendously and I wish you felt hopefully that we could fix this, but I understand. I really wanted to grow old with you. The way you looked at me, I wanted to see those eyes for the rest of my life. You don't love me, Amberlynn. I love you so much that I feel sick to my stomach right now. What I wish we were doing. In bed, laughing, eating dinner, feeling happy and at ease, watching a show. You have no idea how much I miss and regret everything. Can I prove to you that I love you? Let me prove it to you. Come home, go upstairs. I'll give you a melatonin. I'll fix the bed. I'll tuck you in. I'll kiss your forehead goodnight. I'll turn the lights off. I'll let you sleep alone so you can get a restful night's sleep. I want to love you. I can't help it. If you didn't hurt me on purpose, why would you regret it? Get real. I don't want you to touch me. I regret anything I've done that has hurt you. I understand. Oh my God, Princess is out. She just went up the stairs into the bedroom. I was so confused for a minute. Emily, can I ask you something? What? Can I have another chance? No. So you want me to pack my bags and leave? Yes. Check Snap, please. I've been abused before and I was dumb to have stayed with her because look at what it led to. I would never do that. Sad emoji. Ugh, I sent a whole video taking so long to send. You didn't apologize, by the way. Reread your messages. Here, I did apologize. You purposely kept me up all night so I couldn't sleep before I have to work. 3 12-hour shifts in a row. You screamed at me, called me names. This is a very direct abuse tactic that she has used before. Beck talked about this in their stream with Destiny. Hopefully I'll be able to find it. Where Beck said I would have to cave because she would keep me up all night. This is a form of psychological abuse. What you're doing is you're wearing somebody, because there's different methods, right? There's wearing people down over a long period of time, which Amberlynn's doing here with the gaslighting. But then there's also the element of making someone temporarily in a different field of mind where you can manipulate them by exhausting them. Because when you're after a certain point of exhaustion, you're no longer able to process and think about things properly.
Shower, and right about the time I was getting out of the shower and I was trying to get dressed, she had been calling me. She'd called me twice. And I was like, oh, of course, now you're ready, now that I'm in my pajamas. So when I answer it, she's like, I'm most of the way home. I'm like, what do you mean you're most of the way home? How did you get there? And she was like, I walked.
I'm so shocked.
I was so shocked. I was like, well, do you want me to come get you? And she was like, no. So she finished walking home.
She was too proud.
Yeah. And then I really don't remember what happened once she got home. And it just went about her business. I don't think it was ever actually settled.
You don't think that? I'm just really surprised that she didn't just keep you locked and cornered into an argument all night and you got no sleep. Because if that would have happened with me and her, that's what she would have done with me. She would not have came home and just went about her night. It would have been hell on earth.
That's what I'm saying. I would have remembered if we got into another argument or was yelling at each other or whatever. But no, I don't remember that. So either it was a really bad argument. It's blacked out. I don't really do that though. So it's I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I think I probably just ignored her because that's what I did a lot of the time when she just acted like that. I would just ignore her. That's not going to get anywhere with me.
I'm surprised you were able to ignore her. She just made it so difficult for me too, because she would just make it to where I was really never out of her sight.
Yeah, I get it. Especially when y'all were there at Eric and Ricky's. Where were you supposed to go?
Right.
You said you hated me and that I'm disgusting and threatened me. I threatened that I'll say why we broke up. Yes, this conversation is not going how I wanted it to go at all. Forget it. Take me home. I'm done. I get that what I did hurt you, but that did not give you the right to say those things about me. I know how you really feel about me. Oh, Lord. Nah, I know how you really feel about me. You don't care or love me enough to stay loyal. You have wandering eyes and you lie. I literally said those things out of absolute rage and anger because you hurt me. Why did you do those things to hurt me? Why did you hurt me? You are vindictive and spiteful. You are so happy, Emily. You have no excuse at all. Which is so funny because that is vindictive and spiteful. That line is vindictive and spiteful. Doesn't matter how I handle my pain. You created it. This is crazy. This is It doesn't. So, like, if she killed her, it doesn't, like, you go to court. What are we doing with this? What? If you really made Amber, if you really made someone angry and then they decked you, okay, I'm talking like ding, 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 like clock, like just clock, like the punching kind, like, and it's because like you made them really mad. In no universe, would you ever let this justify anything? You're such a decrepit, horrible person. This, like, makes me so mad. This makes me so mad. Because how could you ever feel this selfishly about how you interact with people in the world? It is something that I will genuinely, oh my God, genuinely get. It is something that I will never be able to grasp. It does matter, actually, and it does. You're making yourself to be the victim. I'm so done with this. You aren't the victim, Emily. I said things out of pain and I apologize. Just because her feelings are hurt when she does something doesn't mean, it means they can't hurt other people because she's a fucking idiot. Like, you can't see the fucking early bruising, which is even darker today. You are ignorant to what I'm saying. Like little fingerprints. What are those nail marks? I'm showing you how you, oh, the pictures are gone because she didn't want her mom to have them. I'm showing you how you fucking grabbed me. No, you faked nail marks and just got caught. I literally sent you the photo last night. The nail marks, what are those? So again, this is just wearing down. I showed you the nail marks with the bruise underneath to show exactly how you fucking grabbed me. That is not how I grabbed you, my God. Are you kidding me? You grabbed my arm and squeezed with your fingers, digging into my arm. I know that I didn't do that because the whole time last night I was trying to hold you. Steven said he will come get me. That's so nuts. When there's physical proof, and she's like, I didn't perceive it that way. So it's like, Amberlynn, you admitted to me that you did, and you said how terrible you felt. Now suddenly you didn't do it. So this is where we get to the full gaslighting. Not like that, Emily. Something not like that. Unbelievable. Or body slamming me to the floor, and then saying it was you tripping on the blanket, and then it was the rug. Clocked. Wow, I thought I knew you. I didn't fucking body slam you. I'm 500-pound morbidly obese woman who can't even carry groceries. Emily, what the fuck? You know how strong you are, and now you're just suddenly weak. Again, do you know how strong you have to be to do anything with 500 pounds? I went a whole rant about this. Anyway, so if you use your momentum to swing me with the oven thing. So if you use your momentum to swing 500 pounds at me when I'm not expecting it, it wouldn't cause me to fall because I'm stronger than you. I was trying to get out the door. How the fuck do I swing 500 pounds at you when I could barely move that quickly? You aren't making sense. Listen to yourself. I tripped and even said, fuck my ankle. I was trying to get out the door. How the fuck do I swing 500? Blah, 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 blah. Then how did I end up on the ground and you didn't? This can't be real. You hurt me both mentally and physically. You're literally begging me to come home and I'm still sticking up for you. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Right, I totally believe you. Send screenshots to Mama Lynn or whatever. If you're sticking up for me, then why would they be begging you? She's real as hell for that. I'm being serious, Emily. Steven told me he will come get me, and I keep saying how I love you and there's good moments. What was the point of the screenshot? Did you mean to send that to me? Or, yes, to prove I'm on the phone because I'm not lying. I believe you're on the phone. I don't believe that you're sticking up for me. You said there are good moments. Did you tell them that you physically aggressive with me last night and that's what led to this? That's not what led to this. It's like you're trying to build a case. You're genuinely scaring me. I don't recognize you. So it's like, to ever be against me is something that I cannot even process, despite the fact that I have wronged you and acknowledged it. I'm still always going to be the victim in everything. I'm telling them the bad about me and you, but also that I fucking love you and know that you have PTSD. And it was until I saw that you did the exact thing to someone else that made me realize that this will happen again. Wow, you believe that, bitch? Imagine if I said that about your exes, you'd fucking flip. The bad about both of us, right? You can't even admit that you hurt me when you admitted to it last night, and you did say you believed Megan literally last night. No, I didn't. Holy shit! I said you pushed Megan, didn't you, out of anger, and I admitted that. It's just a strange coincidence that she said you grabbed her the exact same way you grabbed me last night. I can't do this. There's so much comparing that I can make too, but I don't because I love you. Again, I'm the better person. You can't do this because you know I'm right. I feel like I'm talking to someone in a delusional state. Insert mirror emoji. And that would be what I would do. I just hit, when people say shit like that to you, your mirror emoji immediately. I feel like I'm talking to someone in a delusional state and it scares me. How would you feel if I believed what they said about you? How is it delusional? You admitted you grabbed me last night. Now today you're denying it. Grabbed. Yes, I wanted to hold you. I didn't dig my nails into you. Yes, you did. It hurt. I would never do that to you on purpose, Emily. We can't keep going around in circles. So it was an accident. You dug your nails in. I don't understand. You're right. I'll just keep going in circles because you can't admit what you did. I didn't dig my nails into you. I will firmly stand by that, Emily. And I didn't slam into you in the ground either. I'll stand by that as well. I admitted that everything was fucked up last night, but you still somehow want to make this into a person that I'm not. I don't understand how or why this relationship led to this, but it did. Steven is coming to get me this weekend. You officially lost me, the thing you feared and the thing I feared. As if you're a prize, girl. As if you're a prize. Like, no real job. Immobile from self-inflicted causes. Narcissistic, abusive, horrible person. Not very smart. Not particularly interesting. Not particularly articulate. Like, there's just really... nothing. I'll forever cherish our happy moments, so thank you for those. It is the weekend, so you're telling me you're not going to be here for another week, making my life miserable. I don't plan on making your life miserable, no. I was honest with them, and I told them that I don't want to lose you. I told them that I love you more than I even love myself. The bar's pretty high for that, diva. I don't believe a word you're saying, TBH. Which part? Everything I'm saying is real. 1000% real. I had a full BPD cry meltdown on the phone with my mom and Steven. Nothing can ever just be having emotions and then and expressing them. Like, it always has to be something else. It was embarrassing as fuck. It was 32 minutes long and we just hung up. And I'm sure you said all sorts of lies about me and left the part out of you. The thing is, I never lied to you, Emily. I didn't physically attack you. You're literally lying right now. What the hell is wrong with you? How am I lying right now? I didn't tell them lies. My mom even said, did you grab her? And I said, yes, I did. And I'm not here, so you did. She just said she didn't, probably later again, though. I'm not here to look like a saint because I'm not. I'm accountable for where I went wrong. I don't believe that for a second. Why would she even ask that? Because I told her that you were messaging me. I don't want you sleeping in my bed. You slept all day. You could stay up all night again. I said how I felt you were exaggerating, and that's when she asked. Messaging me that I want you to admit that you grabbed me. So she asked. I said they can get me this weekend, but if I change my mind, I'll let them know. That's how pathetic I am, because regardless of all this, I still stay. I'm not exaggerating it. You're downplaying it. Should I leave? Like, for real, 1000% real. She has said that you need to leave like 1,000 times. This is also just proving that you can't conceptualize a person's boundaries, which again is another tactic that you use. You being Amber in this case. Steven kept telling me I need to leave sooner. My pathetic ass doesn't want to lose you. I think of your smile. I think of your laugh. Again, that repeated sentence thing. I think of the way you look at me. I think of your hands. I think of us cuddling. I think of our goofiness. I think of our pets. I think of the way your heart beats. My God, the list can go on. I think of all those things, and all I want to do is stay. Why don't you leave sooner? Period. Because I want to leave right. I need to clean up the messes I've made and pack accordingly, and I love you. Every second more with you is something I desire. It might make me insane, but I can't help with how much I love you. You don't think of those things when you're screaming in my face for taking too much time. 50 minutes to myself. You're right, because I have BPD. My brain won't let me think of those things. Well, you're thinking about it now. You're thinking of it now. So it is actually there. I hate my brain. I hate the illness. I hate it. It has absolutely ruined me. You can't blame your shitty behavior on BPD. I think that's why you don't want counseling, because you know that's what they're going to tell you. I strongly regret those moments. You're right. It's scary. Yet you continue to do them. I want therapy, but at the same time, having to take accountability isn't something you're willing to do, and that's why you're not getting therapy. Period. It'll be worth it. I want to take more accountability. I'm willing and ready. It's just scary. That's all. Yet you can't even admit that you physically hurt me last night. Grabbing and squeezing isn't a fucking accident. Take accountability there. Emily, from the bottom of my heart, I don't remember squeezing you. I remember grabbing you to hold you down and calm you down. How can you not? If I squeeze you and hurt you, I'm sorry. You can't be sorry for something you can't even admit happening. Hello? Like, what? You were screaming in my face, not calming me down. I'm sorry more than you know. Where do we go from here? I no longer am wondering how I'm going to get back to Oklahoma because we now know that they are willing to come get me this weekend unless I change my mind. Now it's more so, do we actually want to break up or can we overcome this? There's no overcoming this. You'll be nice to me for a week and then it's going to go back to the way you've been treating me. I'm sure you'll clean like you have been this whole time you've been here, i.e. not at all. Leave me with ruined brand new carpeting and ruined rugs and a broken soul. Please don't act innocent in this. You've been awful to me too. Again, back to that whole aspect. We both have also apologized to one another. Yes, it does keep happening, but can we figure out how to stop it? I've had moments where I could snap on you. A person can only take so much, Amberlynn. I agree. So am I leaving? Wait, I read that wrong. Also, I have moments where I snap on you. I haven't been able to find Rarity all day. I need help finding her, please. This is where we get back to the beginning. So Rarity gets lost. So I went a little bit in the wrong order. My bad, divas. All right. Now we'll get into the live streams. Good Lord, please help me. All right, y'all. Like I said, I'm just going to go over the interesting parts as they come up, okay? Because my little heart can't take this. Let's get right into the news. And I've also fast forwarded a bunch because the first half of the stream, or the first part of the stream was just like boring dribble. So there will be clips laced of me talking about stuff as it comes up. So enjoy as that happens. So Amberlynn here is going to say that she's being manipulated into not talking about it. Whatever that means. And then is going to essentially call people who are against her sheep as per usual. I'm also putting her at 1.4 because she's slow, talks slow.
To be honest, to be quite frank, two things can be true at once. And one thing is I don't want to talk about it. Second thing is I'm being manipulated into not talking about it. So that's just going to be the end there.
But like, what does that even
Caitlin,
mean?
welcome.
We can never figure out what that means.
I was wondering where you were doing, what you take time out from here. Oh, sorry, I moved.
So this is where everything starts to kind of devolve. And this is where, as you can see, the kind of tears are starting to come in. And then we'll get into the more exciting stuff as it progresses.
Era. Yeah. A lot of people saw that. Rose-colored glasses are real. No, I've never had them. And is she bringing in groceries?
Now Amber's going to get into the fact that she says that she is a good girlfriend to Beck or whatever. Or she admitted that she wasn't at times. Sorry. My phrasing for that was bad. And what's so interesting about this is it is definitely a narrative out of convenience because she says that she does this type of stuff, but then I remember her literally raging in the streams in August about people believing Beck. So if Beck was talking about you being a bad girlfriend and you are taking accountability for being a bad girlfriend, then how are you able to take accountability for something that never happened? Questions for the audience, but let's see what she says here.
I'm okay. Amberlynn's rabies. Oh, thank you for making me laugh. It's kind of funny. Oh my god. I cry when I'm okay too. Yeah. It's like, I admitted, I wasn't a good girlfriend to Beck. I admitted. When I wasn't a good friend, I admitted. When I wasn't a good niece, I admitted. When I was all those things.
You admitted by saying that people shouldn't believe Beck. You admitted it by saying that your aunt is like a manipulative person and that as soon as you speak your truth, you're attempting to be silenced by the court or something. All these people shouldn't be believed and you are a victim of all of them, but you admit when you wronged them. Right.
So, if I was bad to Emily, why wouldn't I just admit it?
What's so mind-boggling about this is that her texts were constantly her saying, I admit when I'm bad to you, I admit when I'm bad to you. And here she is being like, I would have admitted it, which means she's saying that she didn't. Therefore, she does not think that she was bad to Emily. Interesting thought process once again from Amberlynn Reid.
That's just a lot. I can't say anything. I don't know Star Walker, but it's exhausting. I have Jill, that's the point. I have. There's nothing more I can do. I mean, it's not even that. The point is I don't want to anymore. I don't come on here to talk about this. I don't come on here to talk about... Like, I've been through some shit. I've never wished I had never met someone in my entire life until now. And that says a lot. I just don't want to talk about this anymore. Like, why don't people understand that? There's nothing to do with me. I don't care what I did. While hurting, I don't care. I don't.
Here actually comes the most, like, damning line for me. Because 2 sentences ago, she said that she was accountable for the things that she's done to people in circumstances when she feels it's necessary, but then at the same time is saying that here that she doesn't care what she did. Again, I talked about this ad nauseum with the text where I was saying that she seems to have this idea that like her body's like detached from her mind, and that she has this unique experience when it's just a level of ego that is unfathomable to the average human being, I fear.
Don't want to anymore. I don't come on here to talk about this. I don't come on here to talk about the time. Like, I have never, and I've been through some shit. I've never wished I had never met someone in my whole entire life until now. And that says a lot. I just don't want to talk about this anymore. Like, why don't people understand that? It has nothing to do with me. I don't care what I did while hurting. I don't care. I don't. Like, I saw something today.
I think the sickest part is the adding like the while hurting as like a form of that's her like sliding in a justification because she can't actually fathom being responsible for something, which is what drove me to talk about her in the first place.
Let me find it. Hold on. Sorry I was being so crazy where you were treating me like shit. That's my bad. And that's genuinely, like, the best way to put it. And that's all I'm gonna say.
So, every single person that's ever been in her life. Every single person.
Like, I'm just done. So, can we please just move on? I don't want to talk about it. There's nothing to hold me accountable with. That's the point. That is the actual point. She gets to do all of this, and I'm not allowed to mention her, not even a little bit, or she fucking flips the fuck out, and then I have to deal with it.
But you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with it. She lives across the country from you. Release the control you want to have over this woman and block her number. That's it.
Only reason why she went to the reaction channel is because I was trying to hold her accountable for the things that she's done. Like, that's not normal behavior. I would never in a million years do that to someone. Like, it's just not normal. Come here, baby. Like, I just don't even, like, if you need remembrance, like, I'm not gonna say or do this, but if you need remembrance, literally go look at the live streams where I was crashing out. Like, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Everything I said now is 100% truth. Yeah, I'm sorry for fucking going absolutely insane and unhinged due to... I just don't want to talk about it anymore. It's the worst fucking relationship I've ever been in my life. I'm just so fucking done. And it's like, I come on here because, like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I want nothing to do with her. I don't think you guys understand that. I want nothing to do with her. I don't keep going back. I haven't been with her in months. I did not go back to her. I mean that when I say that. I have been single.
Now we're going to get into, like, how she justifies that she's not responsible for her actions. And I want you to see how detached from reality it is when you step into what she's saying, knowing that.
A cheating bitch when I didn't do anything. Like, you have no idea the horrible things that she has said to me. And I genuinely just fucking took it. And I was the one to apologize to her for her saying those things to me. And I've never spoken to her like that. And it's crazy because it's like, you think I would have been the one to do it. Because she's the one who hid things. She's the one who betrayed. She's the one who lied. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And then she shows the way, like, it's the craziest thing that this person can do things to cause this person to hurt, right? So this person wants them to, like, apologize, and this person's like, why would you do that to me? And then this person, like, starts gaslighting. Oh, but I didn't, even though it's right in front of her face, and then blah blah blah. So then this person is literally gaslighted and manipulated, and then starts to feel fucking insane and starts to show signs of literally being insane. And then this person's like, yes, I got it, records her, saves it, all of this, and acts like the angel, but she's not the fucking angel, and it's just not fair and it's not right. Oh.
But it's like all the demonstrable actions that we've seen from Amber is her manipulating and gaslighting and doing those things. And we've seen instances of reversal in, like, the Darvo format from countless relationships from her. That's where the justification leads from.
It's like, you guys forget that once in a lifetime, you guys hated this girl. You guys were calling her the most
And this is the same argument as last time, too. We don't like either of y'all. Easy. Now speed her up because I'm bored.
Things ever. Like, the M-word. Like, literally. If you have receipts, you show them right now. Actually, no. Because I don't sit there and just, like, show receipts. I have little text messages of her saying the most fucking awful things to me. And my responses are just like, I love you, babe. Can we not do this? And, like, trying to, like, apologize for something I didn't even do. That was the constant. And I'm just so fucking tired of it. Why did you talk to her about the hospital? Because me and her have been friends. We have been talking and we've been friends. And she kept telling me, don't tell anyone that we've been talking. I don't want them to know, etc., etc. All behind my back. She's over here talking to reaction channels while we're friends. And all that, she was doing that while we were in a relationship and calling me Pocahontas and bullshit like that. Like, not to go back to her. We've only been friends. She doesn't want to see my belly. She wants sexual photos. She wanted to do FaceTime sex. And I keep telling her, no, I'm not in. I don't want that anymore. Like, I don't think you guys understand.
And now Amber's have the energy anymore, and I already feel like I'm just not gonna be able to talk about this. So you'll see me editing me for the rest of it. I think I'm going to not do. I can't come up with anything, brother. Like, I think I'm going to take timestamps and then go backwards. I think is what I'm gonna do, just because I feel like I'm gonna have so much footage to sort through. Anywho, you'll see me in, like, you won't see any difference, but I'm gonna cut it here for today on this. And you'll see me in no makeup, different shirt, different outfit, the whole 9. Thank you for your time, divas. I'm looking a little ugly right now because I'm in the midst of editing this video. I'm about 4.5 hours into editing, which, great googly moogly. Oh my god, my little Vegas pop-up's still open. Alright, y'all. So here's the tea that we will be getting to. We are going to, as you saw before, I gave up on the format that I was doing because it was hard. Or it wasn't hard, it was just inefficient and kind of stupid and cringe. So we're going to go to this now for the rest of it. So what I've done here is on my beautiful aesthetic Epic and Bass keyboard, I typed up, I'm trying to figure out how to turn my Do Not Disturb on. I forgot it's a focus button. It's a button. Anyway, I watched all the lives and then I put notes in on, like, how exactly everything went down. So what we're going to do is I wrote 6 pages. Hot diggity daffodil. And then, as you can see, when there's all these little hyperlinks, we're going to watch the clips from the hyperlinks. All right, so let's get into it. So we're starting from where I left off, like, when I was reacting before. So we're still in the Amberlynn Reid live this would be from October 10th. So she continues by saying that she can't go live anymore if we're all going to be like this, being that we are demanding answers in the aspect of Emily being victimized by her. Mr. Snowflake is sus because he deleted all the messages that he sent Emily. Apparently, I've heard he put out a video a couple hours ago as of filming this, where he said that he deleted it because he figured out that they were talking again and was worried that Emily was showing Amber messages that he was sending, which is I hate to say, a pretty good reason to get rid of him. It's like, yeah, well, I wouldn't want you to know anything, Amber, because you would go to the internet and lie about it, especially when she seems to have expressed in the past a desire to try to get Mr. Snowflake's information anyway. So Says that Emily gets a kick out of punishing her, and that's why she goes to reaction channels. Then there's this weird crash out about Rachel being a girl. So let's play that.
And Emily,
Oh. My headphones are off. That might help. That might... Girl. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro.
Like, it's just so fun. And Emily, I know you're watching this because you watch everything and you're in all the Reddits, you're in all the forums, you are in and obsessed with me. You watch it all, and I know you're pissed right now and you're gonna do everything you can to punish me, because that is what you do. You punish me and you enjoy it. You literally get a kick out of the reaction channels. You get a kick out of the haters. You love when I'm hurting. She got what she wanted. She got what she wanted. Ruined a beautiful makeup day. Ruined actual peace. Actual peace in Rachel. You're a girl. I'm not saying gender has anything to do with it, but like, you're a girl. How could you look at me and think for 2 seconds?
I'm not saying gender has anything to do with it, but you're this gender, so how can you do that to me? And this is girl on girl crime. So, what's the point?
That what I'm saying is not real. The makeup was bad. Sorry, that was funny. But it's like, I
if either of you came out, it would be an equal.
I understand.
Equal dynamic in terms of the gender dynamic. So this doesn't make sense.
Not liking who I was during certain times, or like, because Rachel, think for 2 seconds. This woman is showing proof while we were in a fucking relationship while she was licking my vagina. Okay? And
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. And I've watched like streams on this already. Like, it's it's a jump scare every time. So let's continue. Yeah, so I talked about how some people were saying it might be like female solidarity, but I cannot figure out. Also, these are like notes or the stream of my consciousness. So just an FYI of if it's worded in some weird ways. Talks about if the roles were reversed. That's the thing too. I'm doing this, like the grammar of this is not ideal. I was doing this in real time. If the roles were reversed, it would not be like this because Amber's always the one in the wrong. People would get mad if I donated $1,000 to cancer charity because they would say I donated to the wrong one. Then she brings up that she donates to the homeless shelter every year, seemingly trying to like flex like decency. Not sure. Being in a relationship with Emily is misery, and then that talked about how Emily rather would switch up all the time when they would try to, or when Amber would try to leave. Amber pulls out a journal to read as proof, says that we don't have to take it as proof because of bias, etc. Amber, smug AF, saying there's no way that what she's reading is not exactly on the page because there's stuff already written on it. But she cannot grasp the idea that you can add in or freestyle anything and pretend that you're reading, which is what at several points I'm pretty sure is exactly what's happening. Like, she flips for like minutes. Like, as you can tell, I'm going...
A few days ago when she woke up and raged at me, literally saying the most awful things to me, screaming and yelling at me in the most serious way I have ever seen while in a relationship with someone. She later apologized, but it was the lousiest apology I have ever heard. And if you want, you can ask Emily. She knows that I literally daily journal every single day.
This is the trying to prove
she didn't want to apologize and didn't care enough about how much pain she put me in. I remember this. Like, she went just screaming at me. Like, I was like woke up out of nowhere. I later had a.
I just like, I'm not gonna go through all this like journal reading stuff because I have notes on it here, but it's like, it's also just so interesting because she talks about like the screaming at her and everything and how like it's just so out of the universe of possibility to do to somebody, despite this being like a very consistent complaint with every single one of her partners. Says you cannot lie in a journal because it's for you. as if you cannot reflect on selfish ideations of events, and the journal is your only side of the story with zero idea of additional input. The journal entries have at times, oh my god, okay, so Rachel, spoiler, Rachel has another video, and I watch it and I talk about it in here, but Rachel talks about this exact thing too. I wrote this before that video came out, just saying, but I said the journal entries have at times the exact same language as in the text, and particular language about Emily being stronger than Amber. There's also language, which I'm going to add because I'm going to put this in the description as well so you guys can read it. Language that is consistent with being used in the other live streams, even back from August. Okay. So let's read. All right, let's read. What? Let's look at this.
Yelling, screaming. Emily ended up on the floor because I was trying to hold her, but she was freaking out and I tripped over all the shit on her bedroom floor, probably her rug, and it made me bump into her. She literally lied and said I body slammed her. The delusion is actually scary. She is way stronger than me, and she knows it. We always joked about this. She also said I purposely grabbed her and scratched her. No, the fuck I did not. It was just literally such a horrible mess. She ended up leaving the house at 4:30 a.m. I went into a full.
It's the way that, like, there's, like, these weird pauses, the exact time of, the way, like, exact outlining of, like, the particularly most recent instance of describing this thing. Oh, that keyboard's so slay, though. Oh my god, I keep saying that. Mine's got rainbows. Yay! Well, I was looking at the little. I'm saying that because I noticed the little caps have like cats or kittens or bears on them. Anyway, if we bring back, let me see if I can pull it quickly. I probably can't that quickly. We're really testing my speed reading here. Yes, here we go. Emily, that did not happen. I've never done that a day in my life. You are way... Okay, hold on. Let's... Hold on. I'm cooking.
And I tripped over all the shit messaging me, and when she got home, but I don't know what happened. She woke up in the middle of the night and yelled at me again, thinking that we were arguing, even though we weren't. It sent us down a bad path.
I just want y'all to have
yelling,
these side by
screaming.
side.
Emily ended up on the floor because I was trying to hold her, but she was freaking out and I tripped over all the shit on her bedroom floor, probably her rug, and it made me bump into her. She literally lied and said I body slammed her. The delusion is actually scary.
Body slam me to the
she
floor.
is way stronger than me, and she knows it.
You are way
We
stronger than me,
always
and you
joked
know
about
that.
this. She also said I
joke
purposely
about that.
grabbed her and scratched her. No, the fuck I did not. It was just literally
my
such...
god! Guys, I'm actually... Okay, hold on. Put me on Girl World Twitter. I'm cooking. Look at this. I'm trying to hold... Holy shit. Okay, so the only thing that's different here is that she reverses the order. Now, is that because I have the order backwards? Okay, hold on. Let's go back.
Just we bumped into over all the shit on her bedroom floor. Yelling, screaming. Emily ended up on the floor because I was trying to hold her, but she was freaking out and I tripped over all the shit on her bedroom floor, probably her rug, and it made me bump into her. She literally lied and said I body slammed her. The delusion is actually scary. She is way stronger than me, and she knows it. We always joked about this. She also said I purposely grabbed her and scratched her. No, the fuck I did not. It was just literally such a horrible mess.
No, I did not. What
she ended up leaving the house.
Like, the phrasing is so similar, so tight to the... And this would be something that would happen if you're watching a video with these texts in it and you're rage fake journaling in Minecraft to have this be something to prove. Because also, why is a journal from like a year ago just sitting on her desk? Also, please refer to Rachel's video, especially for like being able to perfectly match up the timeline thing, because I'm not tapped in like that. So that's why there's like things with dates, there's issues with dates, but I'm not in it enough to know them very well. The journal entries have a time. I already read that. Reid's journal entry from a couple of days before, after Rarity went missing. In it, she literally says it was because of Emily and that she's protecting her. Emily is cold, says she's letting us know how Emily treated her and does not care if we think it's proof, as in it being the journal. Let me do. Amber is apparently calling lawyers for Emily. This was related to the Colleen stuff, I think. Amber also called her a bitch one time. I say she seems to have only ever done things one time because this comes up a lot. Emily was talking to some old woman from another country named Andrea. Amber expects us to believe that she wrote, and I looked through her phone, which she lets me. LMAO. Like, that's also why it's just so not believable about the journal entries, because there's so many, like, caveats to being, like, to her adding in, like, an attempted decency. Today's drink is herbal berry tea from Farm Boy with lemonade and a little bit of blue raspberry skinny syrup, and there's freeze-dried strawberries that are floating around. That's why it looks like that. Describes Emily's birthday gift for a while. I put IDGAF because I didn't. Emily said that she would not be surprised if Amber tried to murder her to endgame in Minecraft. Amber said after that, Amber's mom called and said she was scared of Amber being with Emily in Wisconsin. Emily sabotaged Amber's weight loss by herself using a weight loss patch.
Lose weight and like all of this stuff, right? And she liked to do that fake support thing where she's like, yeah, we could do it together. Behind my back, she was buying herself like a weight loss like thing. It's like, you think because you hear me say how much I want like to lose weight that you would have told me about it, right? At least told me about like a patch. I would have been like, hell yeah, let's do it. Dylan, what do you mean she knew I didn't want to do that? I would have so done that. We were supposed to be like trying to lose weight together, you know, but it was just another thing for me that made me realize that like she wants me big. She wants me to stay big.
It could also just be her being aware that Amberlynn like cannot do anything. You know what I mean? That like there's no point in telling Emily or Amber rather, because like she's not gonna do it anyway. Like she's gonna make an excuse. She's gonna say it's making her skin itchy. She's gonna do all this bullshit anyway. So like, who cares? You know. Called Emily not liking the gifts that Amberlynn had gotten her triggering. I said, I hate to say that I feel like because Amberlynn Reid's exes tended to be docile or not upfront in the public eye, that she likes this angle of being weaker than Emily in this one time, of being able to dissolve the perpetrator narrative from her past relationships. And then I have like, this is dark and perhaps inappropriate speculation. What I mean is, I feel like because with like people like Beck and people like Crystal and people like even like Destiny, because of how much younger she was than Amber and like how much more money Amber had than her and stuff like that, that it was like, it was really easy to be like, yeah, Amber's the perpetrator. Like Amber's the aggressor. Amber's more aggressive and all these other things, right? So this time when Emily's got her own money, her own career, her own house, her own family, and she's like pushing against Amber like big time right away out of the relationship, that now Amber can be like, well, you guys always point out these aggressive tendencies that I have, that it sort of kind of looks like Emily might have some of them. Therefore, how can I be the perpetrator? Which is also why she keeps bringing up that people didn't like Emily, which people still don't like Emily. And like, again, as the girl who likes to always say two things can be true at once, she never likes to exercise that for her own thought processes, because she's a huge hypocrite. So Emily called her YouTube a joke. People are calling the stream boring. Amber said it isn't because she has 2,500 viewers, up from 1,200 or something. Talks about suing Emily. Rachel is in the chat and asks about Amber getting kicked. Amber searches the journal for the day. Amber does not remember the date. Rachel pushes about why wouldn't she know the date. So this is because, according to Amber, the kick, I didn't add the detail in here. The kick happened right around, oh my god, girl. You guys can see how inaccurate my typing is. I got this keyboard yesterday, or 2 days ago? Saturday. Yeah, 2 days ago. So and I wasn't home yesterday, so I'm not good at this yet, and I'm very bad. Amber finds the day eventually, apparently anyway. It continues to look in the pages for a while. So many tomato emojis, like, damn. And then Amber goes on another rant where she justifies her abuse.
How is it that the person who gets hurt, the way that they are handling their hurt, they're the ones that have to be accountable. They're the ones that are called the abuser. They're the ones that are being attacked by everyone. They're the ones. But the person who caused that behavior, the person who belittled, attacked, emotionally, mentally, verbally, the person who cheated, the person who was disloyal, the person who lied, the person who betrayed, the person who made fun of your body, who called you names, who, the list can go on. If it was anybody else, if it was any other woman, if it was any other woman.
I'm going to psychoanalyze the crying a little bit too, because it's interesting that she can be aggressive and mean and nasty about the events that happened to her in regards to how this relationship transpired. But the only time she's ever showing like this type of sadness and like the crying and stuff like that is when it's how she doesn't like how her reputation is being hurt, how her ego is being bruised. Now, in terms of the causing the behavior, I've gone through this time and time and time again, that you have consent to how you act in a given situation most of the time. This is one of those instances in which you did. You're the one who kept pushing to stay. You're the one who kept insisting on staying. You had money, means, lots of ways of getting out and around. And you literally manipulated and gaslighted people for months and months and months that they were wrong to preserve the control you have over this relationship. And you're the one who utilizes your online platform of 250,000 subscribers to continuously get new partners to abuse. It has happened with every single one of them that you've had on the internet. So that's my answer. I answered the question. Let's continue. Amberlynn is bringing up Casey a lot. More about how people used to hate Emily and how we still love Zoloft divas. People are saying that Amber hurt Rarity. Oh, so Amber's saying that people who say that Amber hurt Rarity on purpose are being defamatory, and then compares like Emily losing Colleen, essentially like Colleen dying, to like Rarity dying, which is crazy. She actually says verbatim, feelings are facts, actually. Right. Says she's happy that Chantel is leaving Salah because we never know what is happening behind closed doors. And Amber's also free now that she's not with Emily anymore. Claims Emily also made fun of her as a child. If we do not, it's because I did the wrong word. If we do not stop asking about Emily, etc., she's going to cancel memberships and go back to only making vlogs and not doing live streams anymore. This is a much better format. I should have done this the whole time.
Lance, sweetheart, let me try to explain this for you, okay? We got in a huge fight in the middle of the night, and Emily left.
Oh, this is a new Rarity story, by the way.
In the middle of the night for 20 minutes. And she left the door open. Then she came home for 40 and then left again to go to work. That's when I noticed that I couldn't find Rarity. Shut the fuck up. Thank you. And right now, I'm allowing myself to be fucking unhinged. And I promise to you, the next time I come back, this will never happen again. I am done.
It already happened again, sisters, by the way. Just spoilers. It says, kindergartners are smarter and kinder than the live stream audience. If you're not Amberlynn... Wait, what? If you're not with Amberlynn, it is because, like, with as in, like, on her side. It is because you want to push a narrative that she is in particular evil, and it is because that we never want to be on popular narrative side. This is just talking about reaction channels. She's just saying that no reaction channel would ever side with her because it's the unpopular narrative. You will never catch me watching reaction channels. And then here is a picture of her search history, which has, so she just looked up Rachel in the stream, but Hecticana, she's looking herself up. So that's going to lead to a bunch of like my videos, for example, even though, because I'm not like reaction channel, apparently. Jordy Amberlynn. And then this was just the ASMR TSA pat down thing is just crazy. But anyway, so here is the tweet. Thank you, Narcissistic Girl. Or Alex is shook. I don't know which one posted the... Narcissistic Girl posted the screenshot, so... has to give up on the stream because she cannot show receipts on the new Mac, but is using her phone to go live. Very end of the stream is just raging at Rachel.
Like, real life thinking. Like, you're genuinely not thinking correctly. Like, it's actually scary. No, Rachel isn't just showing text. Like, she's...
There we go.
She's, like, giving this person a platform to, like, prove something against me. That's all it is. It's not... That's all it is. And I've never watched a video, and I never will fucking watch a video. I'll tell you that. Hand to God, you'll never see me fucking ever watching a reaction channel. I hate every single reaction channel there is. All they want to do is paint me as this awful fucking person.
Right.
Y'all exaggerate and nitpick everything this girl does. It's sad. Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, there's more rage, but I don't care. I've been really tired of looking at her, will say. I don't know. I low-key, to the girlies I've gotten this far in, I'm getting a little burned out talking about her. I think I'm going to probably stop for a little while, I would imagine. But we'll see, because that's... I keep saying that, and then it doesn't happen. So, next live stream is titled Okay. So she's texting when the stream opens, reads text from when Emily is calling her horrible, and there are so many cuss words, good golly. Shittily shows text on screen from her phone for like 3 seconds. I have decent screenshots. I'll look it with y'all when this is done, so I have them here. In my this year computer situation type deal. There's not a lot, like, this is kind of like the gist of it, really. I'm gonna be honest, like, it's not anything crazy. It's just like a bunch of name calling, like, but you literally don't give a fuck about me, only yourself. I didn't deserve that. What are you talking about? You have yet to show me that you give any fucks about me. I told you last night before all this my mental health was bad. Do you remember what you said when I told you that? Which is so interesting because she says, like, you don't care about me, and she's like, well, you don't care about me. Like, that's what, there's no, like, defense of the actual point. You're so stupid. You're so fucking stupid. I can't stand it. Do you remember? You're literally the most shitty person I've ever met. Even now, you care more about being right than caring about me. Like, she's just correct. A lot of name calling and, like, a nasty way of going about it, but she's still, like, that's true to the argument that she had made. For both streams, she's outwardly calling, like, Emily a verbal abuser. Amber said that she would just apologize for stuff that she would appease Emily. Now, Hecticana's video, he clocks this so crazy that I'm going to play the clip for y'all.
Well, doesn't mean that you did nothing wrong.
You can't. Sorry. Yeah, and, like, so many people, like, when I was in Wisconsin, like, even Zachary Michael is someone who literally repeated over and over, I seemed miserable. Something seemed off. I seemed depressed. Why do you think that is?
And I'm sure she was miserable too. You were both miserable, but just because you were miserable doesn't mean that you did nothing wrong.
You can't look at screenshots of someone who, like, genuinely, I would cower down to her. I genuinely would cower down to her. I would apologize for things that I didn't even do. And it genuinely scared me sometimes, like.
No, she would apologize for things that she didn't think were wrong. So when Emily calls her out, Amber's like, fine, whatever, I'm sorry. And then she says this, I apologize for things I didn't do. No, it's not that she didn't do them. It's that she doesn't think that what she did was wrong. Because while I think she knows right from wrong, I don't think she cares about right and wrong. All she cares about is...
He's eating her up. He is.
Getting whatever she wants in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how I told you guys that...
Fuck that tea on period boots. Yeah. Yep. I stringing around too many words. Anyway. Which Amber literally weaponizes apologizing in the text in Rachel's video and insists that they are taking seriously. Was she apologizing for real, or was she just saying whatever? There should be like a M dash or something here. I'm actually confused at this point. Here's the thing too, right? We talked about like we've gone over the text already by now. I'll move back over here. And it's like she's like, you have to take my apology because it exists. But she's like, oh, they were vapid, which is what Emily was saying that she has an issue with. If the text she's reading say what she says they do, Emily's saying super mean stuff. Seems to be mid-argument. Amber reads text while crying.
Here's more. I literally hate you with every fiber of my being. I knew you were a cheater. I'm waiting for you to apologize. Her blaming me for cheating me. Her blaming me for cheating. More. You're nothing like Colleen, and you never will be. She always compared me to Colleen. I don't know. I did say.
And it's hard too, right? Because obviously, like, these are things that are hard to hear. And then you remember that she, like, stole Beck's inheritance and kept them from seeing their mom who had who was, like, dying of cancer. Then you remember how she, like, got involved in a marriage. You remember how she, like, slandered Casey. Amber's last message to Emily, at least as she claims, is that she found out about the Rachel video. Emily says that she can share more, and then the stream will end abruptly.
Things that we said to each other. I messaged her, and I said, I found out you were messaging Rachel about me being in the hospital. I'd rather not speak to you anymore. You tell me not to talk about you, and you literally will not keep my name out of your mouth. Please delete me from all social media, block me, do whatever you can. Just leave me alone. And I was like, I'll never speak to you again. She said, which I didn't reply to, she said, I have a lot more I could say. So if you say anything about me, I won't hold back. And this was just constantly how it was. Like, her just constantly threatening me.
The thing is that, like, she has this stuff happened. Like, she has the stuff because it happened. That's the other thing. That's just so... Oof, rough pause. That's so crazy about this whole thing. Anyway, stream ends abruptly, as I said. Next stream, Amberlynn Reid is live. When is this? What day is this? 2 days ago? So October 10th. Okay, this is still October 10th. Live begins, no camera. She sounds like she's crying, but it also sounds like she's outside. I think she's trying to prove that she takes Twinkie out, but she's actually picking up alcohol DoorDash. Divas, we have buzzballs. She's also super chat fishing for truth or drink situation type deal. Spam yelling roams, which it happened so many times that I forgot that it was a word. Starts saying that she's not watch reaction channels. Then she shows reaction channels like pages.
Where was it?
And there are a bunch of...
When did I stop watching? Here we go.
Right, like videos. And everyone's pointing out that, like, she watches every single one about herself, but she skipped, like, this memorial video. There's other channels, too. She just doesn't watch Being Back, which, like, small compilation channels, like, that kind of makes sense. Jordy. There's one there. There's one there. There's one there. Doesn't know who Studio Deets is, but if I remember correctly, there is... Yeah, there's right there. It's a red bar right there. So, again, anyway, that's what she's doing there. Expose a search history at some point, which I showed. Instagram DMs told Amber that Tammy's been talking about her on Jordy's stream. She's definitely watching. Amber puts a green screen on by accident. It's just kind of comic relief, to be honest with you.
You guys...
And then at one point, she changes it to the background being from a cookie video.
Holy fuck, man.
That was the day. That was the day when.
Here's a story time.
Oh.
That echoed. When. I don't know.
Anyway, that was crazy. She tries a YouTube tutorial her way out of the green screen, but gives up after like 10 seconds. Shows more pictures, gets mad. Oh yes, and then the crumble cookie background, a little iconic, I fear. Shows more pictures, gets mad about the cheesehead photo because this is from a while ago, and if you don't know, it doesn't really matter. It was just a picture of her with like one of those little cheese hats on, and people thought it was from Wisconsin, and that annoyed her. She washes her hair every 3 days. That's me being shady. Ripping wheat thins based. I say that because ripping means like I'm just eating a lot of. I love wheat thins. They're so good. They're so good. They are kind of high calories though, unfortunately. So I don't get them that often. I feel like it's like cracker. The only ones I like really consistently are the Mary's Organic ones. Takes care of her animals better than she takes care of herself. Very unflattering angle that Amber says to screenshot, and I've already seen this screenshot like 10 times, like her hovering over the camera. Talking about how her arms are all covered in sores or scratches. It's because of the cat. Goes on a rant about how much Amber loves to shower and says that people only say she doesn't because she's fat, which doesn't even make sense. And then talks about how there are different levels to showers. Super arrogant when she talks about it. Says other vloggers have greasy hair and people only comment when it's her or Alexander Rodriguez. Again, a like to the argument about Emily being so much stronger than her, completely ignoring mobility as a cause. Stream the next day on October 11th called Regarding Last Night. Stream starts. She looks rough. No makeup, and I think she was crying again. Get ready with me, stream. Our girl is a lightweight now because of Zoloft. Amber's foster mom took her to get her brows done. This wasn't a very exciting stream, so that's why it's a lot of bullet points. Amber says that she's entertaining because she has YouTube as a job. Like, as in, like, if she was entertaining, she would not be able to sustain the platform. Plans for the day. The plan for the day is pet groomer and bingo. Woohoo. Her brows, girl. Amber, please God, get clear wax. Elf makes one for $8. Because, like, earlier in the video, like, when I looked good... Can I open Vegas? Hold on. Let me open Vegas for my queens. I had clear brow wax on. And that's how, like, you get, like, the nice shape. And then you can, like, fill in. You can even not fill in at all, but you can just fill in a little bit as necessary. I really feel like that would solve the brow issue. Where's me? Hold on. See? Brows on lock. T. Right? And those are all like my actual hairs. Like, I don't draw in any hairs really. The only thing is I have a little bit fill in at the end and a tiny bit fill in right there because they kind of don't go all the way down for some reason. Anyway, I don't know why we're not doing that. People think she's singing. She keeps going, oh, Ophelia. And people think she's singing Fate of Ophelia by Taylor Swift, but she's actually singing the Lumineers song from 2012. Might be 2015 or something. I don't know. Whatever. Long break because the cat was wilding or something. Like 5 minutes, 6 minutes of nothing. Okay. She keeps plugging her Snapchat. I said I wonder if she's trying to get monetized there. People are calling her George Lynn after her dad. Says that salads aren't healthy because ones from restaurants are over 1,000 calories. And then I wrote, aside, I hate the brain rot idea that caloric density is all that matters, especially if the food is filling with lots of nutrients. I'm thinking, like, for example, it's like saying, like, pistachios are bad for you because they're kind of high in calories. It's like, well, there's so many, like, essential fats and vitamins and fiber. Like, we could chill, you know? I'm sorry, I'm not going to, like, pound back rice cakes as every meal of my existence. Says you can get a cheeseburger for 500 calories. We'll watch the clip.
I call them diamonds, but they're fucking gems. They're like rhinestones type deal. We'll order a salad. Salads aren't healthy unless you make them healthy. Most restaurants are like 1,000 calories. And then you can get a cheeseburger for like 500 calories. It's so weird. It's so weird how life works, isn't it?
And you're the one who would know about that, Diva. Are we saying from experience, dog? Right. Next, continue. Fighting the audience about the gems looking childish. Amber says that she was not able to be a kid anyway, so she doesn't care. We're not getting side characters except her mom, because her mom doesn't care about what people say. Only side characters are eye gems and the Amazon keyboards. Huge break again where she looks for nail polish. She talks about how she had a dream about Erica, which was so strange.
Like, this is the hairbrush you should get, so. But, oh, God, wow, okay. This feels good. Erica was in my dream. We weren't kissing, but she was flirting with me, and we were going on an airplane. I have no fucking idea. Like, why?
And this is the girl that she was seeing who was married, and how she even never met them in person once. Right. Paints her nails right over the old chip nail polish. Amber has 3 Outhouse shirts, and they're from Hot Topic. Outhouse is because of the cutout hole like this. Tells the 9/11 yogurt story. I'll play this at the end. Reads the Wheat Thins box, I guess, to prove that it's healthy, and then the live ends. But let's watch the 9/11 story.
Like, it was so small that the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school was all on the same, like, block, like on the same road. Like, it was so weird. But it was this house that had 10 rooms. That was actually where I was when 9/11 happened, and I'll never forget it. Like, I was sitting.
I want to say something, and I don't. And people always say that, like, when I talk about where I came from, it's like a pissing contest. But I do love when somebody says, like, I come from a small town, and then she's like, yeah, there's like the 3 schools are on the strip. The town I come from doesn't even have a store. Like, I'm talking a single store. It used to have, in Quebec, what's called a dépanneur, which is like a convenience store, because of just being able to, like, have access to any sort of goods within a 30-minute drive. But it got robbed so many times because there wasn't enough, like, not that I think the police would be particularly helpful, but there was no police for, like, they would take like an hour for them to come. So people just did crazy stuff all the time because, like, what repercussion is there? So the store got robbed so many times that it closed and they tore it down. So the nearest store is probably like 16 kilometers, like that. And it's another convenience store, actually. And then if you want to do grocery, there's like sort of a real grocery store. It's like 35-minute drive. And when you're doing these drives too, it's like you're going like 60, 70, 80 kilometers an hour the whole way. So it's like very far. But yeah, so I just love that because I'm like, small town and they have like a Tim Hortons in it. I'm like, girl, there's infrastructure. It must be nice.
Because where I sat, so it was like the kitchen, and there was like a doorway to go into the living room, which was right here. And they always had, usually 9 times out of 10, they had the news playing. And yogurt used to literally make me gag, like make me gag. And there was this staff member who we had to call grandma for some reason. I don't know. It was fine. Like, she was an elderly lady. She would not let you leave the table, even if you missed school, until you finished everything on your plate. So I'm the last one there, and I'm sitting at the edge of the table because we had our assigned seat, so I could like see the TV. And I'm sitting here with strawberry yogurt, and I am trying to gag it down. And I look over at the TV, obviously, because why wouldn't I? I was in 5th grade at the time, and that's when I saw the 9/11 happen. And like, I don't know, that's just what I remember. It's like, I'm over here gagging down yogurt when there's bigger issues going on in the world. Like, it's just so crazy. But yeah, back then, like, I hated peas too, and that was something else I had to gag down when she was working. I'm just like, yeah, I did have food. There. That is when my like sneaking snacks. I was like 10 years old. That's when my like sneaking snacks really started. I would always sneak these.
That's the story out of Amberlynn's mouth for the divas that have been curious about it. So, live ends, thank God. So now we're gonna talk about Rachel's video follow up. So the video is about the lies in the live streams I had just talked about. So like these ones here, which I pointed out a bunch of them as well, obviously, and brings up the lie about Amber not having trouble bringing in groceries. So Amber answers the chat. I haven't talked about it in mine, which is anyway, where somebody says like, well, do you have trouble bringing groceries? And she's like, I don't have trouble bringing groceries. Like, all like shocked, as if in the text she like weaponized her immobility and not be able to bring in groceries on how she wouldn't have been able to shove or body slam or grab Emily. Talks about the way that she views proof based on viability regards to the person. That's Rachel in this context. Rachel talks about the lie about not watching reaction channels.
On lying, for example.
I've never watched a video, and I never will fucking watch a video. I'll tell you that. Hand to God, you'll never see me fucking ever watching a reaction channel. I hate every single reaction channel there is.
In the clip I just showed, Amber says, I don't watch reaction channels. But later in her live, she shows her laptop screen and her YouTube search history, and guess what?
My response
There
to
we
Shrek
all
is
are.
crazy.
She watches Hecticana,
Like,
so
randomly.
clearly she has good taste in at least one area. I personally really enjoy the analysis and videos of the Hat Man. Now, if you look at this screenshot, you can see these are all the things that Amber has been searching for on YouTube. You can see in this list of people.
Her voice sounds like rainfall on a spring's eve compared to the shit I got going on. She also just looks so like pretty and composed, and I look like a tomato with a bowling ball forehead. But anyway, comparison is the thief of joy or something somebody said one time or whatever. Anyway, goes on to about Amberlynn reading the journals, talks about the journal being immediate arm's reach being really sus. Rachel does not believe that the journals are even real. So this was played. I played this clip in the intro sequence, but I'll play it again in a second. This is because the writing is super. I'll play the whole clip here, like we get a bit more context, because the intro sequence, I was just trying to be a dramatic diva. So Rachel brings up how she brings up that the writing is super messy in the journal, and how Amber normally carefully transcribes, usually types her journal entries and then writes them back into a paper journal by hand. So here, let's watch this piece here.
Clip I just showed a moment ago, Amber calls this handwriting sloppy. So look at the handwriting. This is it here. Amber calls this writing sloppy, okay? If this is what Amber calls sloppy handwriting, then what the heck is this? This is an almost illegible scrawl. It looks to me like a rage-filled mess, and it reads like one too, but we'll come to that in a minute. Look at this handwriting. Here's another photo. That writing is awful. It looks like it was done in a rush. I have not seen any writing like that anywhere on Amber's channel ever. Okay, and this is important and this is interesting. In the live where Amber shows her diary, which I've already shown a second ago, to prove that what was going on between herself and Beck was true, look at the difference in handwriting. That alone, to me, is pretty much a slam dunk that this journal was prepared after the fact. This writing in the Beck journal looks neat, in line. There's a small error, which you can see Amber has carefully crossed out this little error and carried on. I think it might be fair to say that this writing looks therapeutic. This writing does not look therapeutic. It looks like a rushed, angry scribble. And if Emily is to be believed, and Amberlynn herself is to be believed, and she does in fact transcribe her journal over from her MacBook by hand as part of a self-soothing practice, this is not what I would expect that journal entry to look like. I think this journal was scrawled in a rush with a clear agenda after the fact on purpose to make Emily look bad and try to corroborate Amberlynn's bullshit story. Also, I just wanted to give a little mention.
Yeah, so that's what she says about that. Rachel brings up how the language is the same way Diary is alive. I literally have. I also said that this was defense for myself if I forgot. We paired them up side by side, so we've gone over that. Amber in the journal said the cake was on November 4th, in the live November 17th. So this is where Rachel has like the dates on lock. Rachel outlines the timeline discrepancies and says that Amber is now telling a third version of the Rarity story. And then Rachel's going to drop more proof in another video. I'm not going to make another video, I don't think, on this unless it's in a while from now, to be honest with you. Like I said, I'm like, ugh. The thing is that, like, I get, unfortunately, really emotionally involved, like, hearing someone be, like, narcissistic and manipulative. I'm not saying she's a narcissist, because I refuse to do, like, the armchair psychologist stuff that a lot of other people do. But I will say that there's narcissistic, like, behaviors that she's doing. But it emotionally wears on me quite a bit for some reason, so I'm just like, I'll be taking off for a while.
So in this clip, besides being deeply insufferable,
anyway,
Amber trips up on her Rarity story again. So this is now a third version of events which differs. Each of these three versions cannot all be true. They are all different from each other, and Amber has told all three. This time, Emily's gone for 20 minutes, leaves the door open, then she comes home 20 minutes later to get ready for work, which according to Emily is what happened. But in this story, this third story, Emily goes out, leaves the back door open, she's gone for 20 minutes, then she comes home and Rarity is gone. Amber makes a point of saying, it was at that point I realised Rarity was missing, in the morning.
Then she came home for 40 and then left again to go to work. That's when I noticed that I couldn't find
and
Rarity.
She's like so arrogant.
Not the evening. So in that DM that I showed where she says that she didn't lie, in her second Rarity story, this DM here, she did lie again. Because in that story, she realised Rarity was gone in the evening. But in this story, she realised Rarity was gone in the morning. She specifically says, that was when I realised Rarity was gone, or words to that effect. And this story is now even less plausible. So she's saying that Emily left the house, Amber didn't follow her, the back door was left open for 20 minutes, then Emily came home, got ready for work, and left for work again. We know Emily's ground floor is open plan. You come in the front door, you can see the back door. They face each other. While Emily was getting ready for work that morning, she would have felt the cold breeze, she would have shut that door, if this was even true. So it's not believable that that door was left open all day, because Emily would have noticed. She lives in Wisconsin. She pays the fucking heat bill. Not to mention, Emily says very clearly in her conversations with me that she shut the door in Amber's face because Amber was following her. She said to me, I was leaving, Amber was blocking. This is what Emily said. Amber was blocking the front door, which is why I left out of the back door while I was putting my shoes on. Emily gave this detail. While I was putting my shoes on, Amber was blocking the front door. So Emily left out the back door and Amber was following her. Emily claimed Amber followed her all the way to the door, and she says confidently in a tone of voice over a voice note, which I believe, that she shut that door. And there is even more proof, which I've neglected to mention until now, that Amber was following Emily, because as I said in this video here, she explains how Emily left out the back door. And you hear Amber say, Emily likes to say I was and then she goes, I'm a 500-pound person, I can't move very fast, da-da-da.
She ended up leaving her home through the kitchen door, which is the sliding glass door. And my favorite part of this whole thing is she likes to say that you guys see me. I'm over 500 pounds. I walk very slow.
But then she talks about how she followed Emily to the bathroom and that's what got the kick to happen. So again, that doesn't even make sense.
When she says that line, Emily likes to say I was
she likes to
like, we don't even need to do, we don't, like, obviously Rachel's clocking that to you as always, but like, we don't even need to do the semantics or whatever of the like of analyzing the slipped syllable. She talks about following her into rooms. Chasing doesn't have to be fast. Isn't the whole thing like with like Michael Myers or something that he's like kind of slow? Or there's like those like joke post that's like a snail that follows you everywhere you go, and if it touches you, you die or whatever.
Say that I was.
What she's going to say there is Emily likes to say I was chasing her. Now that is very telling. Amber tells on herself. She was chasing Emily. And then when she gives this defense, I'm a 500-pound person, I can't move very fast. That is her defending herself from the allegation that she just almost said, which was that Emily likes to say that Amber was chasing her.
This is still clocking, but I'm just saying, like, we don't even need to do that. That's how bad it is. All right, Amber posts a mini vlog short. I'm just listing because I don't care. Shows that she, like, before live, like the live where I said she kind of looks rough. This one regarding last night. Shows a Jeep that she found in a parking lot, goes to bingo, shows her mom's ring, talks about going back to iMac keyboard because she types even faster on it. She literally talks about typing like a world champ, and then I said I should go band for band once I'm used to this keyboard. I'll do a typing test eventually. I'll like slap it in one of my videos. So now we have a live stream from Sunday on Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. So I wrote, how dare she do this when I was queening out a Canadian Thanksgiving. I have little pictures of Gus and the leaves and stuff from yesterday too and everything. Like, it was so wonderful and cute and fall themed, you know? Opens greeting people and also fighting people that say she's boring. It's time for a real weight loss moment, which she has been saying since she was 9 years old. She said she was 535 last time she weighed herself. Because in one of the shorts, she claims she's 35 pounds down. So I would say the 35 pounds down is therefore back from 572, which just means she has been gaining because she was at like 501 at the start of this year, 514 or something. Other Slay keyboard that inspired me is apparently too big of all the stuff she has on her desk. Sad face. Apparently Emily is texting her and Amber is not responding, and it is really hard for Amber not to answer. It is okay for Amber to have made all the allegations and said that she was on live because of the amount that Emily would talk about Amber in forums and DMs, etc. Amber says that she's only talking to defend herself.
I have only ever said things about her in defense to myself, and it's only been 2% of the 100% of the time that she has done it to me. And it just fucking sucks. It sucks. Yeah.
What's interesting is that we easily have like 15 hours of content. I have literally felt like I'm in an asylum of Amberlynn Reid made walls. The amount of stuff I have to sift through to make these videos. That's the 2%, according to Amber. Brings up the video that she lied like an MF about. Oh, she's talking about like the the videos where she was defending Emily, like with like Rarity and everything, and is mad that Emily never came out publicly to say that like Amber only did that to defend her. Crying and saying that she fawns now because of Emily and just agrees with everything Emily said, as if the texts were not literally Amberlynn gaslighting her the whole time and not agreeing with a single thing. Amberlynn watched 3 minutes of the Rachel video, apparently through another reactor, somebody named Elizabeth or something, and says that Rachel acts like she was in the relationship. Amber is mad that regarding the arm photos, Rachel did not consider that. So Amber said it was several days later, so this already is fake anyway and doesn't work. But she said, like, Rachel's so scary, she doesn't consider the gray area of when I mean different day, it's like when I slept, but she sleeps from like 6 a.m. to noon. That's like not a different day in anybody's scope of reality. Like, that's what's so nuts to me.
I was explaining to you guys, like, it was a different day, is because when I was with Emily, I would fall asleep around 6 a.m. and I would wake up around, I don't know, noon to like 3 p.m. It just depended, right? So to me, once I fell asleep and woke up, to me, it was like the next day. And it's like, Rachel not being able to like genuinely look at the gray area is terrifying to me. Because
again, you see how her getting caught in that lie has bruised her ego, and now she's starting to cry. It's that pattern.
Emily deleted proof that she lied. Literally deleted proof that she lied. Like, you can see where it says Emily deleted it. And I was just like, why do you think she deleted that? Like, why else would she have deleted that? Like, why else? And in that, Elizabeth was questioning, why was Amberlynn covering the time? I wasn't covering the time. I was covering Emily's Facebook username.
She was covering the time, and then Milky Chai clocked it. Anyway, don't care. Didn't ask. All right. Is mad about the arm photos, claims you can see where Emily deleted things, goes on claiming the arm photos are fake, brings up Zachary Michael again, and then I have here tagged, meanwhile, this is what Zachary Michael was up to. Those are Cherry MX blue switches. Those are the same I swear to God, those are the same switches I had on my other keyboard. Actually, they might be reds. My boyfriend's keyboard was reds, and I feel like it sounded like that, but he has O-rings in them because we used to share a room where his desk was in the room, and he would like play games at night while I was sleeping. So I made him put O-rings in it because it was annoying me. Is he just typing the whole time? Oh yeah, it is. Diva, what are we typing? Anyway. How did you manage to film this without any snack breaks? What are your words per minute? Period. Anyway. Crying and rage typing on the iMac for several minutes. Suing will entice, apparently. Including any people that claim that Amber was abusive. So I said, well, Diva, better tap into that French heritage if you want to learn Quebec civil law. You see, girl, if you're taking me to court, we're going in French. We're gonna do it in French, dog. Like, because I think I would love to rip my crazy Quebec accent on the stand, and also, I don't want you to be able to make content on it. Not that I think, like, she can't afford to sue anybody in the States, she cannot afford to sue internationally. I don't even think somebody like Mr. Crazy Klein could afford an international lawsuit like that, especially, like, in a complex, like, legal system like some countries have, because also most countries don't, like, let you utilize, like, defamation as a way to, like, white knuckle other people, like in the States. Because I've criticized the United States legal format many a time. Anyway, claims that Emily said that she wanted to destroy her, therefore the messages leaking is defamation, while people were reacting to literal screenshots of Amber saying that she would ruin Emily's life on live stream. I think That was like one of the last texts, like, how could you? I think I forgot that one. I think that was like in a different section of the folder and I didn't get to it, but it's in other videos too. She hates Emily for letting people believe that she's the one who let Rarity out, even though Amber is the one who unprompted lied about it 3 times.
If you go back and watch all my videos with Rarity, Rarity was literally my soul cat. My soul fucking cat. I hate Emily. I hate her for ever making people believe that that's not true. And Emily would sit there and use her fucking truck as fucking a control tactic. You guys, you would never believe. One time we're fucking out there looking for Rarity in her stupid fucking truck, and I'm crying, and she goes, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna knock your teeth down your throat. That's the shit that I had to deal with. But no, of course, Amberlynn's the bad guy. And so when she said that, I had to literally stop crying. I had to just be like, that's the fucking type of life that I had to live. But no, Emily is just the right one because she's against Amberlynn. And she.
But it's like, no, I'm reacting to how you're acting across all of these different things. And again, I never said I liked Emily either. I really said like Emily was saying horrible things. But it's like Emily's not the focal point of this conversation, and Emily's not the one who's leveraged her internet platform to keep doing this to people. Raged about how she is the victim this time. I literally said, I literally do not care, you abuse 5 other people. And also Emily. Right? Crystal, Casey, Jade, Beck, Destiny. Right?
I am the fucking victim in this. This time I am, you guys. I'm sorry to fucking break it to you. This time I fucking am.
But not aggressive at all, though, either. Not an aggressor in any capacity.
You guys did not like her a year ago when I was showing love. But all of a sudden...
And the worst part is us not liking her was trying to save Amberlynn from quite literally a lot of it being this exact stuff happening. So, you gaslit and yelled at and tried to strike people and were an evil asshole to people, and now you're facing the consequences, you fucking imbecile. See, Christ. What a dickhead, bro. Like, she's listing things about reaction channels. She says incels, which is crazy. Anyway, said she was mad at Zachary and Michael for being right about Emily. Oh, she said, ugh. Y'all can read that. I'm scrolling. She says that she's not happy about other people's pain. That Emily's the one who's like that. So I have cue the Aunt Tammy clip.
I never knew. This is stuff that I never knew. And I'm telling you, I'm so glad that I know now. Because, Tammy, you say that you want nothing to do with me. Because I treat my mom so bad, even though I don't. The way that you treat your own mother is unhinged. The way that you gaslight me and you make me feel this small that I'm sitting there rocking back and forth like a fucking loser. Like, I literally am so embarrassed to go back to that live stream, but you trigger me so hard that I shut down. My mom watched that and she said, Amberlynn, you're not even acting like yourself. Because you are an abuser yourself. You have manipulated me since the minute I met you when I was 17. So for you to lie to people and say that we met when I was 14, which my mom, my grandma, your daughter.
Like, you see how, like, arrogant she is and how verbose she is and how animated she is? It's like there is an excitement there. Anyway. Sniffling and the stream ends. This is like a 3-minute random stream. It's only 3 minutes long, 1 minute of it's silence, and then she just talks about how she does not know what to do because the hate is too much for her, and she should be able to express her emotions without getting shit at some point eventually. So that's all for that, and I'm going to finish editing this video, y'all. So see you later tonight when this is out. Bye. To conclude, we went through the hiatus / comeback of Amberlynn. We went through the dropping of the text and the horrendous conversations that she had, the intense manipulation, the abuse, the gaslight, the very, very obvious gaslighting, and just everything being terrible and awful. And then we watched Amberlynn Reid, again, just not care about a single person besides herself for 4 hours at a time via the live streams. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have 2 other videos that are waiting to be made. It's just, this has been so wild. So more content coming from me soon. It's Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend, long weekend, so it means I might actually be able to put out a video next week as well. Thank you so much for supporting me. As you saw, there's 2 emails. I actually got, like, management. So like we're coming up. Thank you so much, everyone. Genuinely, I know I've been weird with the whole video thing. I'm finally kind of feeling like, which I know it's been months, it's been almost a year, kind of getting out of the like just yucky feeling about it. So I'm really appreciate you guys sticking around with me. So I hope you guys have an amazing, wonderful guys, gals, days, and slays. Have a wonderful, oh my God, girl, wonderful, beautiful, amazing, iconic day. Happy Thanksgiving to the girlies in Canada. People who don't want to kind of consider it Thanksgiving because of historical context, you eat that up too, because period. And Americans, happy normal 2-day long weekend. Okay, have an amazing day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.
I'm going home.